Yeah. I'm here. I'm late, but actually earlier than usual. Although I normally start better than this, but we will finish strong. I have a fantastic panel, and here I am. I'm gonna bring in first my man Leon. What's up, Leon?
How you doing, brother? Thanks for having me on. First stream of the year for me, technically.
Happy New Year, Leon.
Happy New Year to you as well, the man there from Canada.
Always love having you on. Tonight is going to be, I think you're going to be perfect for this panel too, because I want to talk about things coming up the next year, and you have a lot of niches that I think that I know I don't have that you're an expert in a positive way. Not making fun.
You could say you're autistic. It's fine. I get it.
We're all a little bit autistic. I have an autistic son, and he's smarter than me at some things already. So especially like he can do laundry, which I can't. So there's that. Next up is Nadia. Hi, Nadia.
Hello. Hi. I took a 4-hour nap, so I'm ready to be here.
Nice. I love the 4-hour naps. Also, this night's going to be somewhat about you a little bit because you have a little bit over 200 hours you need for your channel. And so I'm going to be placing a playlist from your channel in the chat as the pinned comment. We'll bring it up as the night goes on. People, please go click on that, open another window. Don't leave me, for fuck's sakes. Stay here. But then also at the same time, go play all and repeat on her playlist. Let's get her those hours, because with enough of us, that should be done in a day or two. That's really is nothing in the grand scheme of things. So, and maybe watch her videos too, because they are fantastic, and we love Nadia, and she's an important part of this community. So let's help her out, peoples.
Some of your reviews have popped off view-wise as well. They're great movie reviews.
Yeah. Especially, I was looking earlier. My the substance review is one of the higher ones. Yeah. So I also have 4 streams starting next week. So I'll be with you, great people, a lot. So come on over and sub. So
the more Nadia, the better. I think we can all agree. And also personally, I've met you in person. You're a great person, and you've turned me on to different movies and things I wouldn't normally have found without you, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Zach. This is so gay.
Speaking of turning me on, Moxie, what's up?
Oh, good Lord. Hello.
Good segue.
Coming in hot.
That, but here it is. Happy New Year's.
It's got to happen organically. It's fine.
Yes, organically. That's it. That's the word we're looking for. Thank you for coming on again. Love having you on. You're a fantastic guest. And
Thank you.
You squeezed me into your show the other night, even though I didn't really qualify. So I
honorary veteran.
I appreciate being squeezed in. These two never need to be squeezed in. Lord and Lady B.
Hey, we match.
Oh, Lady B. It's been too long.
I know. It's been a minute. Like, man.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
I saw a cute pic of you too. Whoa!
Oh, wow. Festive.
On your night out, you with your cowboy hat, Lord B.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good look.
Yeah. He has another really cool hat. Speaking of cool hats, like we should put it on him.
Do it. Oh, that's a different one. But yeah, go for it. I just want us to bask in our gender equality right now. We're balanced, perfectly balanced, right, for this moment in time. And bringing in Gourd King to ruin it. What's up, Gourd King?
Hello. Happy New Year.
Thank you for coming on the first time ever onto the channel.
Gourd King.
Yeah. And on New Year's of all days.
Oh.
It seems odd that you have never been on the show before, but that's something I obviously loved, and so I'm glad you're here tonight. You have been popping off in several areas on YouTube.
I try.
For people who don't know you, or your channels, the other Gourdish memes or the Gourd King, what do you do here?
Yeah, well, funny enough, actually, I just rebranded Gourdish Memes to, it's now called Pepe Pumpkin.
Oh, shit.
I literally just changed that a day and a half ago. But,
so you're fucking with me. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
But most of the work I put in is on the main channel here, the Gourd King. I started a series called Poorly Explained at the beginning of the fall, which, by the way, Nadia has a bit of a hand in this because a lot of the movies I saw this year were because of streams I was on with her. So a huge bit of my watch list was because of her. But I've been doing that series. I have a video coming out in the next couple of days, which I was editing. I spent my New Year's editing. I've been editing for about 8 hours today. and that was fun.
Do you
But,
think you could edit faster if you had hands on account of being, a Gourd and all?
telepathic editing has its challenges. It does. I'm hoping Elon can do something about that. But yeah, it's getting better. It's getting
You're living that
part of it
pumpkin
is just
life.
the next video is just it's lengthy, so it's almost 40 minutes. So that's part of the reason. But and I'm actually going to be starting after my next video, which was a subscriber voted poorly explained. I'll be starting a new series where I kind of break down biblical aspects of movies or spiritual themes and whatnot. So that'll be fun. That is mostly what I do. Oh yeah, and also the gaming channel, which granted, I usually do my live stream gaming on the main channel, and then I just re-upload them to the gaming channel. Although I have, I do have a video I'm working on for that one where I do kind of a live reaction to certain games I've never played before.
This is your Pepe Pumpkin channel. Tell me about this one. How did this one blow up like it did?
It's funny because I used to upload everything to the main channel, and I had probably about 50 videos and shorts combined or something like that. And I took them all off the main channel and just periodically was re-uploading them to the meme channel. And the primary series I had was called President Biden Says Things. I was uploading those like every 2 weeks. Like I literally uploaded all of them one day and just scheduled them 2 weeks apart. And the 10th one popped off a bit to where it got like 20,000 views. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But I was still like under 500 subscribers at the time. I had maybe 1,000 watch hours on the channel at that time, but I thought, well, maybe it'll help my watch hours if I make a long like compilation and we'll see what happens. And that video kind of exploded, got over 500,000 views. Literally is the computer I have in front of me is because of that video. That's really awesome. Popped off for me. That one video took me from 420 something subs to about 4,500 by itself.
532,000 views. You motherfucker.
Wow. Bravo.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I would never have guessed. It was really just some clips from the other 10 parts with some little jokes reworked and whatnot, but it was mostly stuff I'd used before. It took like 2 hours to put that video together, so I was like, oh, that was easy.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. What's your favorite Bidenism?
Oh, good question.
Oh gosh. Well, my favorite one I probably can't say. So it's funny. So after about 525,000 views, they limited ad revenue on it, which I was like, okay, well, it's not getting a ton of views anymore, so whatever. But he says Nazi figs, but not figs. He accidentally says that, and I thought that was hilarious. I included that, and that was the one joke that I left in. They were like, whoa, now. You can't
slow down here.
We'll limit it. We'll limit it. You have to have YouTube Premium, and you can get the money from that. I'm like, oh,
that's funny.
Always.
I know I got a funny nickname from it because do you remember that one time when he told that guy, he's like, "Shut up, Fats."
Yes.
That's the one that comes
Yeah,
to mind
so my
first
brother
for me.
started calling me Fats. Now he's like, "Hey, Fats, what's up?" We don't have very many like big, nicknames for each other, but that one.
Probably the weirdest one I did though was the first Kamala one, because I had known that she used that phrase, "What can be unburdened by what has been." I knew she had used that a lot. When I started editing it, because I put a little counter on it, I thought it was maybe 20 times, which was a lot by itself. It's 61 times she said that phrase. I was like, holy crap.
But how many different accents did she say it in?
She uses the same accent probably every time.
Yeah.
But
do you have a counter for I grew up in a middle class family.
Oh god.
See, I didn't even use that one yet. That one, I wasn't fully aware of that phrase while I was making the video. I was like, gosh, I wish I'd added that one.
Next video.
I'll probably have to do that at some point. Yeah.
You didn't need it. So, That's like, so that is a lesson that I took from YouTube as well, that you never know, no matter, like, you may put so much work into a video and it may be the best thing you've ever made or seen, and it was exactly what you wanted it to be, and then nobody ever watches it. And it makes you a bit sad because you've put all that time into something that you thought was really good. And it has nothing to do with oftentimes the quality of what you've made. It has to do with whatever YouTube decided to do. And a lot of it is comments. So if I've screwed up in a video and it blew up because I screwed up in the video and people were telling me I was wrong, and I was wrong, but it was just that feeds it, and it was the worst thing I've ever made. It took me seconds, and it got like right up around 100,000 views, and it was a mistake. That's it. And
I really appreciate that you acknowledged that you were a man.
thanks, yeah. No lead acknowledgement from here though. That's Gooch's area.
One thing that was funny about the meme channel, though, was after the June debate, where Biden basically like couldn't string a sentence together and all that, my channel kind of got shadow banned. Not even kind of, like fully got shadow banned. I went from getting like 10 to 20,000 views a day to within 2 weeks of that I was getting around 100. Like, it was kind of wild how fast it tanked. So for a little while, I have not done anything. I've only just started to upload and fix up some shorts for it to kind of get it back going, because I've noticed that the viewership is starting to go back up a little bit. But there was a period for about 6 months where it was very quiet.
Shorts also don't fuck up your algorithm anymore. As of the last month and a half or so.
Oh, that's
that's
good.
good for you.
Oh, that's great. I have credit with this like AI software that I haven't used, because I thought for a long time that shorts fucked up with your
For a long time they did. It's only been
Yeah.
in the last month and a half that YouTube has fixed the algorithm. They put shorts in their own category, so now you can upload videos and shorts the same day, and they won't screw with your audience in terms of which it gets recommended to.
Well, I'll have to go in and then start putting some shorts out then.
Definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have pinned Nadia's big old playlist as a pinned comment. It is 59 videos. So go and watch that playlist. Put it on play all. Let's get her the hours over the top. Once you get her there, you'll never have to help her again. She'll, really, she's taking off. It's just that little boost sometimes. And hours can be hard to come by in certain places. And she's already taken over her first channel, and her husband will say Chris failed and has been taken over by his wife, we can say.
Yes.
I'm
all
probably
day.
gonna be up till 5 a.m. playing Pokemon Unite, so I'm just gonna have you on in the background, Nadia, while I do that. Like from midnight to like 5 a.m. just Nadia in the background while I'm angrily yelling at fucking Pokemon children's games. So
And if you do want to go the extra mile, folks, if you want to leave a comment on any of the videos, you can even tell me to go fuck myself. I don't care. It helps with the algorithm. So
Yeah, we're setting it up right now. That's why I was pointing.
thank you guys. Thank you so much. And then I'll have a big celebration once I'm monetized. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll figure it out.
I had it running for about 4 hours this afternoon after my Gooch stream.
Oh, Moxie. Thank you.
I will say, I was not expecting the Elvira costume. That's what was on when I came back in to get ready for this one. So there are nuggets in there, definitely.
2 nuggets.
Massive nuggets.
Yes, 2 massive nuggets.
And chat, I have not forgotten about you guys. I appreciate all you coming in. So I want to first, Cajun Corey, Happy New Year. Thank you, Cajun Corey. Happy New Year to you all. And then my incredible panel is dropping gifties like it's raining in here. Horwith Nads gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Nadia. I will be gifting you back those memberships very shortly. Very shortly. So I very much appreciate that. Those are always great. Gift memberships help your channel quite a lot, and it's a good way for us to be able to, first of all, like, it's nice to have members. People actually will watch your stuff, even if only a few people bought them. For a lot of people, that's okay. I'll take it, because it gives us a way to also communicate with you guys and let us know what we're doing, and then find out what you want from channels like this and what you'd like to see, and give me some feedback. So thank you, Cajun. Thank you, Nadia. Nadia, I actually made some new clips. So yeah, I'm gonna play one. This is I think you'll like this one. Let's go.
And first and last name, please.
Erica O'Donnell.
And can you spell first and last?
Firstlast.
I meant your first and last name.
I looked at the chat for a second and I missed the punchline.
Oh, well, that's okay. We'll play it again.
First and last name, please.
Erica O'Donnell.
And can you spell first and last?
First-Last.
I meant your first and last name.
My poor girl.
No, you know what? I have to credit her because so many times they are messing with the people they're interviewing, and she literally followed his instructions. So I'll give her a little bit of credit there.
She said exactly what she. Well, now she's famous-ish, and so is he. Okay, Moxie is coming back. So Leon, thank you. 5 gifted memberships, my dude. You don't have to do it. I don't have a saying like you do, but I should have one though. I'll develop one someday. You get one that's very special. The people in the chat, if you're here on Saturday night, you watch this with us. And this clip was made just with you guys in mind, and it's very culturally appropriate. So,
how much money do you send them on a monthly
my
basis?
children $750 a month.
$55.
Oh, you love it. That's my new favorite.
That is from Support Court, which is a channel.
That is so funny.
With Judge Vonda B or something like that.
Oh, we found you. Oh, we have a new one, Zach. Oh my God.
Thank you.
We have to give this to you. It's right up there with Tito Ortiz. There is an Aaron Rodgers documentary that's out.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah, I haven't watched it.
You see the second episode at the end. He's like coming off of one of his ayahuasca journeys, and he's talking about like it's a cat. When you're a caterpillar, it becomes a butterfly, but like it never imagined it could be a caterpillar or something like that. It's so funny. That's a good one.
I'll send me that. I'll find it. I'm gonna watch.
Yeah,
that series at some
I was
point.
thinking of how I could like clip it because I was watching it on TV, so I have to do some finagling, traveling in the high seas or whatever.
Yeah, Zach's. I watched Enigma, which is the Aaron Rodgers one.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
And the Aaron Hernandez one, both by Netflix. And if you watched both of those documentaries back to back, you would definitely think Aaron Rodgers is more insane than Aaron Hernandez. And for those in the chat who don't know, Aaron Hernandez is the NFL player that literally murdered a couple people.
But there's several of them.
He was a great tight end on my team. What a waste.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a Patriots fan. That was wild.
Yeah. But Moxie also came in with 10.
Oh, Moxie
did.
I got a couple for you, Moxie. I got a couple for you. They're both new. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much, and I love having you on. And now that I'm going to come on your channel again eventually, hopefully, I will invite myself if I have to. I got this. This is a shorter one, but I like it.
Joining us in our studio now is the leader of Scottish Labour, Kezia Dugdale. Thanks very much for being with us.
Scottish labia. That's
Scottish labia. She's super.
Type would be upset by that.
Oh, what you got, Nadia?
Oh, sorry, I was cold. I was.
That's
okay.
cool.
Nice.
Jude from Salty Nerd. This was my Christmas gift from her.
Oh, cool.
So she got me this pretty big Stephen King blanket.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's the most TDS infested blanket I've ever seen.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. Yes.
And 10 memberships. This is a new one to you. We'll see. It's longer. Let me know if you like it or not.
Your participation activity today is swinging. It was acceptable back when Hal and Joanne were kind of the face of participation. So, go to the dollar store and get a fishbowl. Oh, swinging at a playground. So, either way, you get your activity in for the day, I guess. There's that. Well, good cardio.
What?
That was gold.
What was going on there? I don't understand.
At the dollar store, they said like the kid or something was swinging, and he thought he was just talking like swinging.
Swinging, yeah.
There you go. The moment of realization kicked in for.
Like
oh, Moxie got it now?
When you have pineapples, like
upside down.
I get it.
Yeah. Like that, like that.
Yeah.
I thought you made a swingers joke last night. Could have been wrong, Moxie, but I thought it was you. So that's
That wasn't me. That was Patricia. We can move on.
okay. Let's do that.
She gets me.
Okay. The chat. Let's bring you guys in, and we'll get on with the show. Sergeant, I can't say this. Please help me, Leon.
Giratina.
Nice.
I won't lie. I was reading the chat. I was like, all these names make sense. I didn't even see the one on the screen because I'm retarded. Giratina.
Thank you for coming on. We got Jacob Ironside here. Gourd King, thank you. Love it. Happy New Year's. Love it. She is doing live streams again on her channel, so I will put her in the comments later on. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Back in the saddle. She does some. She punked me once because she was doing a sim stream, and she was talking about like the comments were like if she had a friend die, and so I went in to like give her my condolences, but it was a Sims person.
Oh.
But yeah, I would never thought, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a funeral for whatever. I'm like, oh God, what's happening? And then, yeah, that was it. Moxie Dame, Happy New Year. Who else we got? Big Shippy, the Aussie. Have a meeting that starts the same time as this, so it'll be late and gay. Of course, both. Seabrew 1138, great name. Boosh. Boosh.
Oh, no.
Gooch almost died this year. Well, last year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What happened?
Diabetes?
No, he just
HIV?
probably ate something wrong, and it just escalated from there. So, but he's okay.
Hi, Casey on Rumble. I just saw that. That's cool.
Oh, we have someone on Rumble? That's awesome.
Yeah, Casey from Santa Barbara. Whoop, whoop. Carolee. I like Santa Barbara a lot. I used to live in Southern California, so.
Low Spec is literally building the dream in the desert right now.
That's nice.
That video was wild.
Wasn't it crazy?
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's doing the damn thing. He's designed and built a house out of tires.
Oh, no way.
Mud and bottles, and it's incredible.
Dude, okay. I need to get up on the lore.
He streams from that place. He does live streams from a place built with mud and tires.
That's cool.
Yeah. Swahili.
Sure. I mean, they didn't really have tires, more mud, more dung, probably, actually, for being honest. Rio, what's up? Sketch, good to see you, Sketch. Being late and unbreaded, well, we're always a little late here. I was even late when the show started. I didn't get back in time, so that usually does not happen. Justin Cook, I'm going to be touching burgers tomorrow, buns with the Gooch. Looking forward to that. At lunch.
I'm also sorry for you, Zax.
Why? Maybe we'll make a special video just for you. Maybe. Never touch
Prove
buns.
that he has legs.
Always touch buns. He has tree trunks for legs.
Prove it. Video first.
Okay, I'll prove it. That they might even be his legs. What's up, Dildo? Good to see you. And Cinevere, thanks for coming over. That's someone who was just on Leon's show. Unless I'm
like the avatar.
I know, right? Like, ooh,
yeah, like
she's brand new to the YouTube game, found her by complete accident. She's gonna blow up. She's awesome.
She was great. She's new. She was great on your stream, dude.
My stream was her very first stream ever, and she was
Holy
again
shit.
absolute natural.
Wow.
Absolute natural.
Does she have a channel? You should drop it. She does.
She does, but it's going through a retooling. She's got 4 videos out, and there's gonna be a bit of a retooling. So yeah.
Okay.
What does she cover?
So she was doing gameplay stuff. Still might be doing gameplay stuff, but though I would think she's probably going to be on Countercast on Monday. So we'll find. Yeah, we can absolutely. Yeah, her and I are working on some stuff right now behind the scenes. It's going to be pretty fucking great.
Awesome. You're in good hands with Leon.
Mm-hmm. True. Very true.
Adequate at best. Hands.
Stop shortening yourself on that. Okay.
The guy can do a 3 or 4 hour solo stream, and it's entertaining the entire time. So
yes.
If you can do that, yeah, you've got it. Oh, repost Nadia's page. So it is the pinned comment in the chat. So if you go to the top, you'll see it's right there, youtube.com/playlist, and then a bunch of other stuff. So click that and open in a new window so you don't leave here, and then play all, and then repeat it. And we'll get this done by tomorrow. We could do this. We should do this. We must do this.
The data is a couple days behind. So like right now when I sent you is as of the 27th. So it hasn't counted like the 28th, 29th, 3rd. So yeah.
Vex, those are definitely two that I am also excited
Mickey
about.
17, I'm not.
Mickey 17, I've been looking forward to for so long. It's gotten delayed like 3 times.
Yep.
Fuck, will we ever see this movie?
What is EZ? What does she mean by EZ?
That's an easy pick, I would think.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
not.
thought you were talking about an eclectic zealot.
Maybe she's talking Canadian.
She's lying to herself. She's just gonna
Yeah.
watch Nosferatu nonstop for the rest of for all of 2025.
You say that like you're not going to also.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Vex
It's
and I have
good.
shared some very interesting DMs about it.
Oh,
I'm just,
Okay.
I'm still on that high. It's like we saw it today. What did we say after Christmas?
You haven't seen it? yet?
No, we saw it. No, I was like, holy shit, people know how to make movies. It was so good. I was like, yeah, big hearts. We're like, yay. We thought about, we talked about Nos when we were seeing it. We're like, oh, did he go see it? Like the first showing at noon. Like,
Yeah. What does the man think, though? Someone whose opinion we can respect.
I mean, I'm going to see it for a second time on my birthday. So, yeah. I am looking forward to it.
I really
Again.
want to. I really want to see it in IMAX, but it's a 10 p.m. showing out here. It's the only showing they'll do, and I'm old and I will fall asleep even though I love this movie. So
you got EP a little bit.
I was gonna say, if you like gothic horror as a concept, it's great. If you like your main characters to achieve things, it can leave something to be desired.
What?
let's talk about this. I just saw it yesterday, so it's fresh in my mind.
They defeated evil.
Yeah, by fucking laying there like a dead fish. It's the
Hey,
ultimate
that's
woman's
what it takes.
fantasy.
Excuse me, like, you know what? I appreciate it. You know, actions have consequences. And I think a lot of stories nowadays, it's like, oh, like I made a deal with this evil demon monster thing where I'd say, like, oh, you'd be my companion if I just give myself to you. And that was the very first scene you see. And then in the end, the fact that she has to like fulfill the bargain is the only way it'll stop.
Yeah.
And she did.
Yeah.
She had to give her. She did have to give her life. So let's
May I
not
make a
undersell that-
recommendation?
Okay, she laid there, but she gave her life.
if Vex can talk, I would recommend sending her a link just so she can come in here for Nosferatu. Because
Yeah,
she's been
do you want a
dying to
link,
talk
Vex?
about it.
Okay, I will send her a link, of course.
William
Richards. Oh. 5 gifted. William, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. 5 gifted memberships from William Richards. Would you like a Tito? I've got a Campia, got 100J, Ruben.
Are these all new?
No, these are not. Well, I've played
the
most of the new
classic.
ones already.
Oh, okay.
I have a,
Would you like the Tito is a very interesting statement if you don't know the context.
Or
yes.
would you like a Campia? I think
I
I
mean,
prefer
that
a
also.
Tito. I think I prefer a Tito to a Campia, but you know.
I've got this.
Jesus.
Oh.
Is that what's his name?
This is before UFC had rules and you could punch on the nuts.
Oh my
And
god.
the guy on the bottom is named Joe Sundo. Are you creating? Is Joe Sun? No, probably not. He's in jail now. Actually, he killed somebody after this, but not necessarily because of the nut punches, but they probably didn't help. So
That man is flat in the front like Ken now.
yes, and he was already Asian, so he was a losing battle to begin with, the poor guy. But in that fight, he invented his own martial arts because back then people did that, and so his name was Joe Sun. His martial art was Joe Sundo. Clearly, it didn't work. The guy laid on his punched him in the nuts until he gave up.
Wow.
Yes,
It took more than one to make that happen. Is kind of amazing.
I think he took about 30 of those.
That's wild.
Yeah, and
Was that UFC or that one was still Pride? Like
UFC. That was UFC.
Wow.
Early UFC. Yeah.
Wow.
Like UFC 3, something like that. Oh, Casey J. Gates, what's up?
I mean, usually that amount of nut touching is pride, but it's not the same.
Hey, it's not gay if you're wearing socks.
See, I kind of miss the days where Kimbo Slice would just walk into somebody's backyard and beat the shit out of them.
Those were the days. That's classic Kimbo. But UFC, he did okay until he died. So take that however you want.
That was a bad career move, I think.
Dying was a horrible career move.
Yeah.
I'm sending Vex a link in case you want it. That's the wrong fucking link. Sorry, Vex. I will fix it now. Good thing I didn't put my StreamYard link in the chat, which I almost did.
Oh,
there we go. Yeah.
It'd be spicy.
It'd be very spicy.
You'd get a naked Nos, just like not even just walking back and forth in front of his camera, not even aware he was on stream.
AJ's still here. AJ's here. Tina's here. You guys rolling in still. Okay, so Nadia, why do you love Nosferatu so much?
The movie, not the troll.
Why is it a 10? Is it a 10? You give it a 10, I think, didn't you?
I did. Okay. The cinematography is beautiful. The acting is very superb, except I am not a fan of Defoe's character, but I think on a rewatch, I might change my mind on that. There are levels of understanding to the movie. People call it a love story. It's not a love story. It's like far distance. Like he represents almost her trauma, like the feral parts of womanhood that we're forced to subside, like push down. And it's just my vibe. I like gothic horror. Like I like Crimson Peak. Not a lot of people liked that movie.
Crimson Peak was wild.
But the thing is, similar to Crimson Peak, like Nosferatu, both were marketed as like the scary horror movie when they're both not. They're just gothic tales. So yeah, I think it's a master of storytelling. It honors both the original and also Dracula as well. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you said it's not a love story. It's absolutely a love story. It's not between Orlok and Emma or whatever.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it's gonna love it. But it's a love story between Ellen and Thomas.
It's not a romance.
It's not a romance. And to have somebody like that who accepts you for your darkest times and your darkest moments too, like that's I loved it. I think it's great. I know a lot of people were expecting some very scary vampire movie, but I think the marketing damaged this movie in the expectations for it.
You think so?
It's not hurting the box office though.
Yeah,
it's not. I think either you have to be a fan of Nosferatu or Eggers, and I love Eggers' films. I think they're great. I think he has just levels up every single time with each one of his films. But I think people going in thinking, because I saw the marketing thinking this is going to be, and they did say it's like the scariest vampire movie of all time.
What?
It's not. Yeah.
It's
a TikTok brain of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would ask
Leon, what did you give it,
in.
Leon?
Oh, sorry.
I gave it a 7.
$55.
Nice drop there.
Vex.
You're live.
I'm barely.
Vex is on board.
Oh no.
She's really sick. She's got the bubonic plague happening up there.
Oh no.
Like,
wasn't Rossi sick too? Wait a second.
No, I was visited by a gorgeous dead 15th century count a couple days ago. That's all.
With a big mustache.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Wood ones all across the board. Don't shame me. Don't judge me.
Girl, I know you. We're monster sisters. We're monster sisters.
You've seen it how many times now, Vex?
7.
Oh my
Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
She's
not lying. I know she's not lying.
Wow. Okay. Tell us. Let us embrace this film like you have.
This movie is fucking beautiful. Okay. So it's not a straight I wouldn't even say this is a remake. It's an adaptation. I would say but honestly, the more I watch it, actually, the more I realize I want a longer cut of this movie because there's little things that I keep picking up on with each watch.
Warlock wasn't circumcised. You're right.
No, he wasn't.
Sorry,
he wasn't. This wasn't a romance movie, though. You're 100% right. This boiled down to two things. It was good versus evil, and they based all of that in the idea of faith and morality. That's it. So I like the changes he made with Harding's character. for example, because Harding wasn't married or had children or anything. But that's literally A, who Thomas would have become if he had kept on his path, and B, what happens to a man when he stops embracing faith and leans completely into modernity. That's why he... Oh, hold on. Are we doing spoilers? I don't want to spoil it for anyone that is...
It's like, how old is that?
movie came out in the
1922?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
Literally 1 week ago.
How different? Like, no. Let's talk about the movie.
No, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
Look, if they were going to see it, if they were that hyped for it, they'd have seen it by now.
Yeah.
It's been a week, and this is one of the most hyped movies for the last half decade.
You saw
You're
it
good.
7 times, even though you saw it once. You saw it 6 more times.
Yes. And I would see it 7 more times over the next...
spoil it because we're past a week past it. Plus, we're past the like $5 Tuesday that theaters do as well. So if anybody was going to see it, they would have seen it by now.
And if you don't want to hear spoilers, just go out of the room for a while.
Vex is averaging a view per day right now, just so you all know.
My brain is so fucking clouded being sick that all I can focus on literally is Nosferatu. That's all I can focus on, bro. All my brain is comprehending right now.
You're actually dying right now from this movie. You've seen it 7 times, and now you're dying. That's not a great selling. Sorry, Moxie.
Oh no, we're just saying the plague has her now.
Mm-hmm. The blood plague.
Yeah.
I liked the plague part of it quite a bit. I think that was very smart. I think that worked very well. The gypsies, people complained about. I didn't have an issue with that.
I thought that was funny when it comes to just gypsies.
I actually liked it because it expanded on the folklore of vampires.
Exactly.
Just giving us a standard vampire tale of, oh yeah, you stab them, garlic doesn't work and stuff. In that world, how do you know? So I like that was inserted and expanded a little bit more on to give that.
Well, it's not useless. There's setup and payoff to that. When he watches them drive the stake in, that's where the idea comes from for them to go after Orlok that way in the end. Obviously, Willem Dafoe's aware that that's not actually going to work, but the gypsy scene informs the end. So
yeah, and can we talk about the naked virgin riding in the horse? Yeah. I love how Thomas or whatever the guy's name is. He's like, there's people in your village that do weird shit.
Wasn't that his horse?
No, it was someone else's horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was riding in on a brown horse, and it was a white horse that the Virgin was on.
Didn't he ride a white horse after that, though?
Very, very obvious reasons.
Oh, he gets a white horse from the convent later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But originally when he rides I actually think rewatching it, I want that scene to be longer actually, because it's a lot of indirect exposition and shows that Eggers did his homework for this too. Because the whole riding a horse with, it's usually a virgin boy, but they put a virgin woman because titties sell a lot easier than a dick. But
you got a dick later.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was way.
The Thai version will change it.
But that's what they used to do in that's part of the Eastern European, the Romanian folklore specifically, is that's how the horse would react to the grave. And then they could use the virgin to kill it. Yeah. But that was just a revenant vampire, which you kind of learn late. Again, I think there's a lot that was taken out of this movie.
Yeah, the revenants, because they were saying it was because they were talking about he had his hold on Thomas and that he could change potentially.
Yeah, because that vampire also didn't do much of all. He was more akin to what vampires usually are, which are just kind of like ghouls or zombies in that. But Orlok he's part of the I can't pronounce this word. Solomandary. The nun just tells us all about it, right? Essentially, he got really into dark occult magic. Apparently there's only a few pages of backstory Eggers wrote for Orlok, and he's never going to release it. Sad face. But I'd like to read what he came up with, because clearly he took Vlad the Impaler quite literally for the backstory of this guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, I like that story too. That's cool.
I watched a Vlad the Impaler documentary today.
I sent Vex a Behind the Bastards podcast. They did a whole thing on Vlad the Impaler and Dracula and the story of it. It's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
He was a good guy.
He was very interesting. He was crafty. He was brutal, but in many ways, he was made by his enemies.
He was very good at branding. Very good at branding himself. Like before marketing even existed.
He would have been a great YouTuber.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, that was so good. Yeah, there were so many things in this movie that I really liked. And one of the ideas was like the idea that they kept, especially at the end with Willem Dafoe and the Ellen, and they kept talking about how Nosferatu wasn't like the thing that actually exists with the body of it wasn't the huge issue with it. It was actually a demonic force. It was like the force of lust, sexual energy, and like the opposite of like being morality and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be articulate. I'm not, but
No,
it's
you're
really
great.
cool because I'm still when I was doing some research into writing like a fantasy western that I've spoken about a few times. I was looking into the idea of, say, the Wendigo, and the Wendigo is a very similar concept where they take sort of social taboos of like, and if I'm living out here in Iowa in the winter and seeing how crazy it is out here, it's
My favorite mythical monster.
put this
Keep going.
put this kind of idea into my head from being in the contiguous dark. It's freezing. There's a lot of snow. And the idea that, like, you know, sometimes people, if they weren't prepared for winter, would like resort to cannibalism and stuff. And the Wendigo sort of represented that taboo, plus the idea of like greed and this like unwholesome like desires for other things. And it sort of became this sort of mythological creature. It was sort of something that looked like Slender Man, and then people talked about it having horns and stuff like that. And Nosferatu in this story was very similar. Like, it was just this old decrepit man that was very lustful, and he's like, I have to have you. And it was like your misplaced, misguided sexual energy, repression, the shadow self, the dark feminine, which is going young and stuff like that. But I appreciated that part of it.
He's a book accurate Dracula.
Yeah.
That book accurate Dracula that we got in the movie, which is pretty awesome because
make vampires scary again. Please.
Yeah.
I like the fact that, because halfway through I was expecting if he was feeding, he would start to look younger. And I like that they didn't do that. They just kept him this old, decaying monster in honor of the original film. Because the original film he's not a handsome dude either there either. Like, I wouldn't no. But I love the mustache. I think the mustache is a great app.
That was a nice touch.
So you
Totally
guys,
down with the
a few of you
mustache.
have said the sexual energy, which yes, very present. Question for you: is his lust physically based, or is it the feeding? Because they had said that he couldn't resist her blood, so that was going to be the way to keep him distracted or whatever, right? So did they actually or was it just the feeding the sexualized portion?
I don't think there was a sexual. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
That was my question.
He explicitly says that he is the embodiment of the lust and her lustful feelings. So from my understanding of it is, he's powered by her wanton desires, but he didn't actually fuck her because he was too busy sucking the lifeblood out of her heart.
And every time they showed what? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, but like commonly vampires do in the lore, simpatico, sexual, and feeding kind of go hand in hand. Yep. So that's what I was genuinely asking, because there was a sexual energy about it, and he did say that about Gourd King said that about feeding off of her sexual energy. He can stimulate her without, penetration. But to me, because of the association between the act of the feeding being sexualized in just most vampire stories, I was just curious what your thoughts were. If that was actually our flesh becoming one, was that him feeding upon her becoming
That's
one?
That's what I
together
thought,
that way?
actually. Like, I mean,
that's what I was thinking. I just was curious what you guys' opinions were.
Y'all are reading into too much. Homie was just hungry.
It was, I think, because in a sense it was their wedding night, quote unquote, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was their way of consummating their marriage, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with this, but she's dressed up as a bride because this is their way of finally committing to each other. Like she finally welcomes him in. So maybe, I don't know.
May
Vex, I didn't see it 7 times. I only saw it once. Go ahead, Vex.
Yeah, Vex is the expert. The Vexpert.
I didn't see it as a sexual thing anyway. So like one of the big themes for Dracula, or one of the underlying themes for Dracula, was kind of like these Victorian values of sex. And then one of the big interesting parts about the entire story that novel tells is how sexuality is really just a representation of how they decide to approach a modern society. So there's several bits of dialogue where it's not so much that it is a lustful attraction. So there's one conversation that Albin has with Sievers. And he says that demons typically go after people that are ruled by their baser functions. So think animals, right? Then there was when they have the conversation in the bedroom, right? When Ellen and Orlok when Anna is in the room as well before she gets kind of bitten up by rats or whatever. He is finally given sort of a purpose or a call into higher being in order to just be from sorry, I can't words right now. Forgive me, but just to keep him from just being kind of like
YouTube movie reviewer, guys.
I know, with a fever. Sorry, but I lost my train of thought completely. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm a mess. I'm sorry.
Are you watching it right now?
I was
in the room with you right now.
Yeah. Vex, I would say let's put a pin on it because she's gonna have an in-depth video coming out this month. So
poll in the chat. Does Vlad impale her?
There was some really interesting things in it. I need to see it again because I wanted to listen to the part where they first go find Willem Dafoe, because he talks about what alchemy is, and it was something, and I think he actually says something that intimates what it actually is, and people are like, oh, people wanted to turn base metals into golds, and alchemists were like, the idea of that was that they weren't literally trying to do that because a lot of people knew what couldn't happen. I mean, they did a lot of chemistry and stuff and made discoveries that way, but like for the most part, like if you study like hermeticism and stuff, it's the idea of the base metal of your soul being transmuted into something better, and that was what like alchemy kind of was. And that's sort of like, they make some really interesting allusions to stuff like that, because like Willem Dafoe tells Anna, or what is her name, Ellen, hey, you know what, if you lived like in a different time, you might have been a priestess of Isis or something, and you could totally be equipped to deal with this kind of thing. And it's interesting because it's like by saying that she's in tune with this other side of herself, and I think he's talking about her sort of like dark feminine side, that if we lived in a different culture where we were more spiritually attuned to things, you could deal with this part of your soul, and you can kind of like in Jungian terms, it's like religion, integrate it into your like personality, that you would be able to deal with this instead of having to sacrifice yourself and give it up to yourself, because that's the society they live in now.
Fair interpretation. My takeaway was, we know he's like 7 feet tall. We know exactly how long his wang was. So if his face is between her titties, we know that it doesn't line up. So no penetration.
He's a rotting corpse. Like he's not having sex.
I mean, when did vampires start having sex anyways? This was like Twilight crap. I mean, Anne Rice was like, okay, that's a lot of blood to get like, you know, a good turgid erection here. Like they don't have blood. They have to feed. You'd have to just have blood.
When they started romanticizing Dracula specifically, that's when it happened. Because Dracula was not supposed to be a sympathetic character, but Hollywood adaptations started making him a sexy, sympathetic character. And that's basically where it took off. Sorry, Moxie.
Oh, this is cool. I just looked up Priestess of Isis because I wanted to learn something, and I just look at It's all priestesses of Isis from the past, mystics, witches, healers, and light leaders, star seeds, etc. The priestess of Isis hold a deep remembrance with their bones of the true matriarchal system of the sacred feminine movement, that intuitive womb wisdom from the belly of the mother, that intuitive wisdom and magic that has lived long, long ago, the secrets of the divine feminine, sacred sexuality, the freedom and magic of the pure Shakti essence that was once danced through the soul, and that holy chalice that was embodied in rituals and ceremonies at ancient temples throughout the ages and honored by the priestesses and celebrations of the goddess. I think that makes sense.
A lot of words to say we shouldn't give women rights.
Moxie.
Well, of course, if she was that person, that's everything that they talked about in that description. She would be able to integrate it. She would be able to deal with it. She would have the armor of God to not have to revert to calling a demon to help her deal with these things. I did like the beginning of the movie. That was very interesting. And the sort of sexual ecstasy that was implied and all of that, where you don't know if she's having an orgasm or crying.
Moxie.
Basic functions.
Hi.
Hi. What'd you want to ask?
So going in, I wasn't a huge fan of the rotting corpse aesthetic, but if we're going with the presumption he's a demonic spirit who is possessing a corpse, is that what we're doing, Vex?
Well, that's the lore behind it, right? So the Solomonari, I think I got it. Basically, that was an elite occult group that studied magic of the devil, and some of their people could basically attain everlasting life. So if you look at Romanian folklore, there's an overlap where basically Solomonari people were linked to Strigoi, which is the Romanian version of a vampire, which is a rotting corpse that has attained everlasting life.
Okay, it's fine now. It's fine. I'm used to pretty vampires in latex.
What's your take on it, though, Moxie? Overall, what was the take on it from you?
Overall, I gave it a 7.5. I want to watch it again because I feel like there's a lot that I missed in the first watch through. Also, I need subtitles because it makes me hear better.
Yes, me too. I had to really listen to understand what he was saying most of the time. The counterlike character, but I liked it not as much as I think most other people here. I didn't dislike it, but I thought that it was I got at the ending that what he meant by becoming one, I took to mean he was going to consume her body and soul. So that he was going to take all of what she had, and that becoming one, it was meaning he's going to consume all of her and her sacrifice. But I thought that was a very cool scene, and I love the imagery it left you with. I thought that was amazing and set up perfectly. But I have to maybe go through it with a different mindset because the plot stuff was distracting me, because in the end, she could have just sacrificed herself a long time ago and not killed everyone, right? And
what's the plot stuff, Zax? Explain the plot stuff that held you back, bro.
Oh, that she waited until everyone else was dead before she sacrificed herself and became a hero. It's kind of late.
She didn't mean to, though. She didn't mean to do that. Also, that's exactly what happened in the Dracula novel, right? Dracula didn't go for Mina right away. First, he corrupted and basically mentally abused Lucy, then turned Lucy so Lucy would go on and kill a bunch of children.
Vex, you're assuming a Canadian man with the arms that big reads books.
I used to read books. Now books are bad for your testosterone, I think. So you try not to read.
Said so. Reading is gay.
And as Tim has said, I take his criticism, and at my
Zax is he doesn't treat me nice. Zax, you're not a good podcaster. You don't know to conduct interviews at all. You're a 45-year-old man, and I pray for your family.
So I have to take that criticism on the chin. Yeah, I think that I get what it wasn't a definite there was a story, but it wasn't the story that I would have expected as a knuckle dragging male. That the practicality of she is the hero in the end because she calls him to her to delay him long enough to get caught in the sun, and but that was the thing she could have done. She's
turning the lust against him, just using the very thing that brought him to her against him. That's kind of cool.
And by then, the plague had already hit the town. Everyone had already died. For the most part, most of the population seemed dead or dying. And it's I got it. You are the hero, but you're also a little bit late on it. And that is just me being a dumb guy thinking like, do this up front or at least attempt something like that.
Or we're living in a stupid modern world and we're so used to like people not actually having consequences for their actions. Like, okay, she'll figure a way like a way to stop it, but like no. And then it's like all of this death is on her hands. It's something she foresaw, and that's sort of like a gothic lit like theme that you see a lot is like people. It's the fact that you can't escape your fate, sort of Greek tragedy level stuff here. It's like you know what's going to happen to you, but somehow you think you can get out of it, but nope.
Well, when he comes to you and
Terms
says,
and
if
conditions.
you have 3 days, and in the meantime, I'm going to kill everyone who loves you. Maybe
Yeah.
just do that day one. So you know what? You win.
Well,
Take me now.
keep in mind this thing though is when he told her day one was over. Like he literally said, it's like that he considered that the first rejection, and oh by the way, this is day one. So really, she had 2 days.
That.
Yeah.
I will destroy you in 3 days.
This is day
P.S.
one.
Day one is now over, so I will destroy you in 2 days.
And this was the first. I mean, that's
Maybe he
more or less
doesn't
what
mean
he
it,
says.
she says.
Or maybe she needed men to help her come up with a plan to use it to her advantage.
But I mean, literally, like
no.
he says, that was because and this was day one, and then he turns around and kills her friend. I mean, it's like
Well,
it's
no,
bing, boom,
not just
boom.
a friend. I think the reason he gave 3 days is he really just wanted to kill them fucking kids, like and fucking based.
I think he just. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go Vex.
Oh, okay. I just kind of interpret it so like. Again, Dracula is a figure that likes to revel in people's torture and revel in people's pain. And Ellen even says, like, at first their relationship started off really nice because she knew kind of like love and she knew like a friendship and a touch and everything. And then it turned to torture. So clearly it's the 3 days isn't so much as like, oh, like it's a plot convenience. And again, this is where I think the movie definitely cut out scenes that needed to add some more context to this. But it's just that's in his nature. He likes torturing people.
This is what it helps to have a Christian symbolism is kind of prevalent in all kinds of storytelling. The 3 day thing, I'm like, I think that's just kind of the inverse of how long it took between the crucifixion and the resurrection. It's the inverse of that. It's a demonic mockery of the 3 days that Christ was died. So
yeah, and
Christ was
it's
dead
mockery.
for 3 days, and then he rose to life. Nosferatu is giving 3 days, and then everyone's going to die. So he's basically doing the inverse, I think.
That's a good
do you
call.
think in the sequel we'll get like a 40-day rule, but it'll be a drought instead of a flood?
Hey.
Oh, it's already flooding, baby.
Oh no.
That pipe burst days ago.
Oh yeah.
And she is not calling a plumber.
But like, no, I think you're onto something, Gourd, because that would also explain why he constantly refers to the contract as a covenant. A covenant is usually something like biblical and holy.
Yeah.
So
The moral of the story is if you can't read something, don't sign it. That's it.
Yeah, that was
Can't
really
read it,
funny.
don't
I
sign it.
mean, do you all read your Apple and terms of agreement when you sign up to things? Come on now.
Joke's on
But
you. I
so-
don't use Apple.
Oh,
So
whatever.
I've been in notary public for like 20 some odd years. And as soon as I saw that happen, because we're not supposed to notarize documents we cannot read. And I'm like, oh, no. This is going to be bad. This is bad. Like, he'd be so fired. But worse.
I thought that was really funny because it just made me think of because I was like I had a my technical major in college was American literature and culture, and that's basically we just focused on American works. And one of my favorite classes I took on my senior year was a symposium about Gothic literature, and reminded me of reading Herman Melville's short story Bartleby the Scrivener, which is like it's very Gothic. And it's just sort of about the horrors of the sort of growing bureaucratic system at the time that this story takes place. And it just really kind of made me think of that. Like when he's like, here's a contract you have to sign. And then it comes back later that he's like, hey, you signed your wife away to me. And it's just sort of the horrors of the sort of like faceless bureaucratic process. And then there's the guy that's working that Thomas is working for. And it was really cool just to see that kind of sort of throwback to that. Little known like Gothic lit thing.
Did you guys watch the other versions before or have you seen the other versions of Nosferatu?
Yeah. I have fortunately
Not for a
haven't
long
seen
time,
them
though.
from like a while. I don't know, like I did watch the Class Kinsey one because Mox told me to, and he said a link, and I was like, maybe I'm retarded, but I'm like, I'm gonna click on it. So we did, and it was actually the Nosferatu movie. So I did start watching it. I didn't get to finish it because I had to work, but I
watched the
1978 version or whatever, but the 1922 version is an absolute favorite, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
not to be extended,
saw that like
it's
a
literal
million years
Vex's
ago. I
favorite, but
definitely
one
need
of
to see
mine.
it
I
again.
love the 1922 version.
I watched that the day before.
The 1922 version. I saw it for the first time because I've only seen the 70s version. And watching it, I put it on a projector screen. It like made me cry. It was just so beautiful. It's so well done with the story. Like,
dude, I love silent film. Oh my god.
You want to know what the 22 version doesn't have in it that makes it the superior film automatically? Motherfucker biting a bird's head off. I opened the door and I rushed to Hondo and gave him a hug. That scene fucked with me so hard.
Hey, there were cats that didn't die.
Okay, actually, I have two cats. I love cats.
I
However,
can feel your bird horror. But yeah, there were like 5 cats in that movie, and they all survived. So I'll take that. They
all survived. That's true. The cats lived more than the kids. It was awesome.
That's true.
But yeah, it's the only scene in like 10 years I've ever had to actively look away from, and I waited until the sound effects of the crunching died down for me to look back at the screen.
Dang.
Alison Lohman getting dragged to hell at the end of that movie, I thought was perfectly justified once I saw her kill the cats. I was like, you know what? You can be dragged down. That's fine.
I did have
a
other
question.
stories. Do vampires avoid cats? They're kind of, or is it
no,
something
like
different?
cats are usually, if you're talking Eastern European, cats are usually like the companions of like sorcerers and scholars, basically.
Familiars and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's why you only saw the cats around Albin and Ellen. You didn't see it around anyone else.
And then it goes down to more of like the Middle Eastern cultures and like in Egypt as far as like the guardians, right?
Cats were gods.
The guardian of Isis thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do that in the mummy.
But that's just like Albin kind of like flexing as like, oh, I've got all this knowledge. That's just Albin flexing. That's all.
Was Albin Willem Dafoe's character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I kept calling him Van Helsing because that's who the fuck he's supposed to be. So it's just like in my mind, like, oh, this is Van Helsing. So I did not remember his name.
I
That's
keep
a cool
hearing.
anime.
I had a question actually. Sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you about the history of the first 1922 film because that was, I know you've talked about it before, but I think it's fascinating how that.
I will drop her video. I'll drop her video in the chat. Give me
better idea. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, because I can't talk right now. It's okay, Zax. I love you and your big shoulders, bro. It's all good.
I love you, Vex.
Stop being gay. Stop that. Oh my god.
I'm married to be. I can be as gay as I want. I'm married. It's okay.
As long as you're wearing socks. Okay.
Yeah. Socks.
I did because like I keep seeing the take come up, and Gooch had this fucking terrible take as well. Everyone keeps saying that Lily Rose Depp gave a terrible performance.
She didn't.
She did.
No, I like her performance quite a bit.
Yep.
It's not a terrible take if you've seen her in other movies and realize she does this in every fucking movie.
Does she?
Yeah,
I mean, it might not work in the other movies. It may be just her range worked for this particular one. That happens.
And maybe maybe I already don't like Lily Rose Depp, so I read into it too much. But yes, she is not a good actress. She is not. She has never been. And so maybe I'm projecting onto this film, but no, I do not like her performance in this. She is the absolute weak spot of the film.
They should have cast.
You know what? I agree with you, Leon. I
actually think.
Shut up, Gourd King.
I actually think Defoe is the weaker one out of the performance.
Nadia, shut up.
Defoe is the best.
When he lit everything on fire and expanded, I was like, the Green Goblin's back.
It was
like
awesome. No, it was great.
The Green Goblin's back.
It fit the tone with his character so well.
You know what? We all
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, finish your thought. Sorry, Nadia.
The way he speaks, like how he utilizes the dialogue in the movie completely takes me out of it. Like, to me, I mean, he's a phenomenal actor. I just rewatched The Lighthouse. I love him as an actor, but I don't think he fits with everybody else.
No, you're crazy. This is
Nah.
a world where
Nah, man.
nobody believes in monsters and demons and whatnot, and he's the crazy eccentric one.
Right.
He
It works.
You need to
He
ham it up to
understands.
add that level of eccentricity to it. Since every single other character in this film is the straight man, you need the one person who's not the straight man, and Willem Dafoe nailed that.
Well, and he's
I almost
he's
go
one
the opposite
character who
direction.
understands that, like, he's jubilant because they've defeated evil. He understands that probably better than anybody in that movie. So, and he is crazy. I mean, he's kind of crazy. He's a bit, he's eccentric, but
Listen, he
I
just
love
keeps me
everything
out of
he
it,
did with
guys.
that character. I found him immensely entertaining. He even added some levity to the movie. Like I love when the other doctor is like, well, I'm sure he's exaggerating when he's referring to demonic possession. He's like, no, I mean an actual demon.
Yeah.
I love that line. That was great.
Listen, I think you guys are all putting too much of a spotlight on Defoe. The real performance was that fucking bird. It couldn't squirt a little more blood. Or flap its wings.
It gave up.
It gave up. Okay.
This is Lily Rose Depp's mama,
Oh, she is
Vanessa
so
Paradis.
ugly. Holy shit.
married to John. Yeah,
Do you think she,
Johnny Depp's
stopped at the Gap?
first wife. I'm not sure.
No,
why
they
is
were
he that
never
rich?
married. They were
They
never
weren't?
married.
See why they?
No.
I see why they put that sign everywhere in England. Mind the Gap. You could fall into that thing.
You know
Fall
what's
right
funny? If you hear Johnny Depp's like early interviews when they first met, the way he describes her, like he's just like, I looked across the club and I saw the most beautiful woman of my life, and it was this.
Okay, to be fair, because someone
just
say she's
saying.
British. Is she British?
She's
French.
French.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Now I was gonna say because for a British person, these are still some pretty fucking great teeth.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's pictures I've heard that I had a buddy that had a big thing for her, and I don't understand, like, to the point where you have a big thing for a French chick in France. Like, why bother? So she does look better in other photos, but the gap is just there underneath still.
Well, like so many women, she's better looking with her mouth shut.
That is the moral of the story.
Can we get
Done.
this bitch a cheeseburger? My God.
No, she
And
looks
skinny.
like a crackhead.
You know
Nos
what's
is
wild
whining
though?
in the chat. I have to read this for Nos. He's whining like a little bitch. Zax, it's New Year's Day, brother. Play cocaine. No, I'm not playing it, Nos.
I think Lily Rose Depp, for her performance, drew from the fact that for a little while Amber Heard was her stepmother.
Ooh.
True.
I'd be upset.
There's
too.
been so many jokes made about her performance. This is the first Amber Heard joke I've heard. Well done.
Thank you.
I feel like, yeah, she was definitely the worst actor in this, but I feel like maybe her lack of acting kind of like synchronized with the character a little bit.
I think
Well,
because I think the movie's.
I didn't think she was
told
bad.
like
I
a
thought she
folk-
was good.
Yeah, I think she's good because I think the movie is meant to be viewed like a folk tale. I think it's told like a folk tale. I think the performances fit a folk tale like bit of storytelling. I think the atmosphere is very
If you want
folksy in
folk,
its way.
cast Simon and Garfunkel, not fucking Johnny Depp's weird ass daughter, the nepo baby. Like,
I think she was phenomenal in it. And I've seen The Idol. I mistakenly watched that crappy show, and there is definitely a huge improvement in her acting. I think it's just a direction, and I really don't think Eggers would have just casted her just because she's a nepo baby.
No.
watch Yoga Hosers. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
I mean, I think like Anya Taylor-Joy would have been better because I know she was the original. Sure, because she's worked with Eggers a ton. and
10
she's a
years
better
ago,
actress.
yes.
But well, I mean,
Be
yeah,
too
the
old
No
right
movie.
now.
sloth girls. Just no sloth girls. Please stop.
No what?
No, I agree.
Sloth
The movie
girls.
had been made
girls.
Like
earlier.
your
She would've-
eyes are like.
Yeah, Uma Thurman started this thing, and now all these bitches can read both sides of the script at the same time. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Was up?
I thought that was just all the fluoride in the water doing that these
Maybe.
days.
They read both right to left and left to right at the same time. They meet in the middle.
They're safer from predators that way, really. Like,
Yeah.
that's why antelopes have that
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
So
If you grew up around Harvey Weinstein, you'd have that developed too.
Kinda, on one side, you're looking out for Bob. The other side, you're looking out for Harvey.
ooh, either way. So that was an unexpected conversation, but that was good. I'm glad everyone has seen it, right?
I literally got out of bed for this after you said I sent Vex a link. I was like, oh, I have to defend Nosferatu. It's in my blood. No, man.
There's so many.
But I did like it. I liked it.
I really want. Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
You know how we used to do Lofty versus somebody? I really want to do a Gooch versus Vex when Vex is feeling better on Nosferatu, because I'm watching him just shit.
That
on this
would be
movie.
a slaughter. I agree
Let's
with
go.
Gooch, and that would be a slaughter for Gooch. That's not fair. Vex would annihilate him.
If he wants to dish it out every single time this movie comes up, he's got to bring his game, man. Like,
I would like to say that I agree to this match, and Gooch, you're about to get fucking wrecked, bro.
This is not okay.
Let's fucking do this.
Put my homie to a death sentence.
I will host it. I can play referee. I can be neutral. I mean, I love Gooch, but
No, you can't, according to Tim. You're a terrible podcaster and interviewer.
that's why you need me for a debate. I can't interview. I'm not. I'm not asking any questions. That's it.
Well, here's the thing, though. What if Gooch rewatches the movie and starts to like it?
He won't. He won't rewatch.
$55. I'll do that when Gooch talks too long.
You know what?
Also-
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nadia.
No. I would like to be on this because, and mind you, look how many clicks you got for the short you made with Lofty versus Platoon. So I think it would be
Hey,
great.
you know what? I'll sweeten the deal, okay? I'll come Victorian dressed. There you go.
Oh, fuck. That'll do it. Oh
Phrasing.
my God. What just happened?
Don't even. I have my like.
Fuck
costume.
this movie.
my gosh.
Fuck this movie.
I don't think it's fair right now because she's sick. She's sick. I think we got to wait. Till
Talks a big game and then runs away and says you're sick. Oh, okay, I get it. I get
Well,
it.
we said do it when I'm better, you fucking bitch. You
Yeah,
come here-
Always bitter.
Don't sing it, bring it.
Well,
Don't sing it, bring it.
Wow.
I'm gonna bring it. You know what? I swear to God, you take that card I sent you for Christmas and you rip it up, man. I don't I need nothing of it now.
I need to do more. Yeah, my family's need more prayers.
If Nadia is going to be Gooch or be Vex's second, can I be Gooch's?
Yeah. I can't see why not.
Okay.
And Leon. What a fucking disappointment you are.
Actually,
You guys hide. You hide. You fucking rip this movie too. You hide too, you little bitch. You fucking go hide. You fucking go hide. I gave it a 6 out of. I didn't hate it. I gave it a 6 out of.
I gave it a 7. Yeah,
I gave it a 6 out of 10. There we go.
I do not want to be Vex's second. I
Rossi's
actually think Gourd should be Vex's second. I don't mind being for the two of them, but I think Gourd actually should be.
That's right. And then homies.
You go ahead, Nadia. You hide. You
I'm still coming to Gooch.
Yeah, you scurry off.
I
Let's get someone
understand.
off. Let's get
Canadian
someone off.
educational system. I get it.
Nadia, we'll go play D&D in the corner.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Rossi,
No,
back
honestly-
off my girl, Gooch.
Yeah. Honestly, the movie's not horrible. I never said it was horrible. I gave it a 6 out of 10. And everyone's acting like I totally shitting all over this movie.
Should we
I don't
read
understand.
comments that he's got in the chat?
Yes, because there's things in the movie that are terrible.
The more Vex praises it, the more you dislike it, just to keep the scales like balanced.
I think it's just because you're the closest in proximity to saying it's bad.
I did say it was.
So you just
bad.
know what I'm
Like-
saying. I'm just saying you're the closest thing we have to somebody who's saying it's bad.
I'm
Right now.
snipping this movie so hard that you got to attack anybody that gives it like anything like close to a 5 or a 7.
Listen,
Like,
Gooch,
what do
I'm
you
gonna
mean
empathize.
it's not the greatest movie ever?
I'm going to empathize with you for a minute, man. Okay, this is how.
No,
niggas-
I'm ripping up that Christmas card right now.
Oh, okay, bitch, you little bitch.
I don't know.
But this is
Canada
how-
had mail.
This is how.
We didn't for a while.
And you guys are pretty running out of mail, so.
There you go. I'm gonna put these clips up as you guys speak, so you can all see, take a look at Gooch's comments. I'm not gonna read them. These are his words, and so
yeah,
for context, they're up there. They're gonna go through. So
Okay, well, first of all, we can't take this take seriously because he spelled Orlok wrong. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Disqualified.
I didn't want to put retard.
I am curious though if he actually meant to spell
This
Lily
wasn't a
Rose
movie about
Depot,
you,
because that would be a good
so
name.
three
Three scary. You have 3 scary nights, and then I'm gonna come for you. Just take her now. Take her now. Why does he have to give her 3?
Maybe that was part of her shadow self, was the fact that she was jealous of Anna or whatever her name is and her family and her kids.
You had to the covenant. You had to do it by your own will. That's how like holy covenants even work, man. That's why he didn't take her. He even has a conversation with Nock, where Nock is like, "Oh, let me go steal your pretty bride," and he's like, "No, bitch, she's got to come on her own."
Oh yeah, the old guy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I take a strong moral stance that women have to give me permission, but I will refuse to draw the line at murdering her entire family and threatening the entire city to make her agree. Outstanding work. 11 of 10.
Here's the thing. Okay, all right, hang on. Okay, so she has to come of her free will. You're not going to go all or nothing on day one because the chance, number one, you first would have to demonstrate that you're willing to do it in the first place. So that's why he goes ahead and does it on. He goes, okay, this was day one, and then he demonstrates this is what you're in for.
Sorry,
I mean,
I can't ask questions.
Day one.
I'm a terrible podcaster, but
you have 3 nights.
Yeah, and then he immediately said this rejection counts as day one.
Yes, you have 3 nights. That was day one. So you actually have 2 nights from when I make the offer.
Yeah, he's going to demonstrate 3, first time it's like, I'm going to take something. Second time, I'm going to take it. The third time, I'm going to kill your husband. So he's breaking her will down. The first one is about that. You could maybe make an argument that it should have been 2, but the idea is breaking her will down.
I think about it this way as well, right? If you're trying to take a victim, right? If she has nothing left to go back for or want to run away back to, what is she going to do? She's eternally yours. She has nothing else. It's like an abuse cycle, essentially.
So kill the husband
first.
first.
Then sacrifice yourself for everyone else.
That's also, you guys, that's also a key part of the vampire myth is like, I mean, think back to that movie, Let the Right One In. Like, that is so awesome. That's like another, not extremely horrific, but it is really horrific in the things that you realize by the end of the movie. And you're like, holy shit, that person was this. And you're like, what the hell?
Again, this is all
the original of that.
This is Dracula material, Gooch. That's what that's coming from.
Lady B, have you ever read Let the Right One In?
No, I haven't. I didn't know there was a book. But yeah, that was the whole thing. It's the idea that you have to let the vampire in. And that's part of it. It's sort of, I think, with the like demonology and like esoteric senses that like you have to do things of your own free will. Like it's very.
Is it really free will though? If he's going to kill everyone else if you don't do what they say?
Yes, it is. It's coercion.
It makes the choice to let your loved one die, and you're making that choice still, which is a based ass choice.
Not only that, she had visions in the beginning, and then.
Well, it's like she always knew the cost of it would be sort of her life. Like he says, are you willing to give yourself to me, like completely, your soul, everything? And she said yes to that. And it's the whole thing is like that's the crux of her dilemma, right? It's like she's not yet ready to sacrifice herself, but that's what she has to do willingly,
Because
like
she's selfish.
She has to. No, it's because that's the deal she made. Is that she has to sacrifice herself, or like
she also doesn't like, when she agreed to. Kind of like when she made that covenant originally with Orlok too, she didn't really understand what she was making, right? She has that whole conversation with Dr. Albin about how she was so lonely, how her father was scared about the powers she had and whatnot. And she didn't want to be sent to an asylum. That's what they were alluding to, right? So she just put out a prayer into the world, and Orlok was the one that answered it. And she even said it started out really nicely. She didn't know what she was doing. She was a child. This is her consequences coming home to roost. That's what happened.
Okay, but again, if you're going to sell me on the idea of the vampire absolutely has to respect her choices, I then have a very hard time understanding the idea that the vampire doesn't understand, the age of consensual knowledge. You can't just go and sign an 11-year-old up to go into the army.
Oh, yeah, we had some like disagreement about how old was
Says who? Put AKs in every child's hand. I'm all for it.
I mean, in this story sense, it says who? He's a monster. I don't think he cares about that.
Okay, he's a monster. I
don't think he cares about
he's a monster. So what does he care about the 3 nights exactly?
Okay, hold on.
What I'm saying is okay. Him exacting his influence on her at a young age. Why would that matter to him? It's like if he's bound by some, these rules that we aren't perfectly laid out or whatever. Which I mean, granted, if you know Vampire Lord, the idea
him, he came to her and he fulfilled the part of the bargain that she initially put out there.
What? Isn't every girl young to him? He's like 600 years old. Just saying.
Yes.
Why does Vex have a picture of my ex-girlfriend?
Outside of the
women. I didn't want. I can't talk over it. It hurts my throat too much. Just in terms of the 3-day thing, again, like the subtle thing underpinning everything that happens is that there is a God and a devil. There's a heaven and a hell, and there are rules in which we on Earth, we can at face value understand them, but we don't actually understand the implications of them, right? So that's how you get a creature like Orlok, who dabbled in devilry and the occult and ended up becoming a centuries-old blood-sucking demon, right? The same thing is said about Ellen. So it's like the 3 days thing is not so much like, oh, it's Orlok giving her like consent or whatever. It's that he is bound by a magic of like he's bound by different sorcery. You know what I mean?
Gooch, do you want to take this one or should I?
Yeah, but you can piggyback because like you can't say that when she knows the consequences when she's trying to stop him from going on those travels to get the papers signed. She knows what's going to happen.
I don't think her quote unquote psychic ability is something that is that set in stone in her mind. She's had a lot of doubt instilled in her over the years in regard to that because everybody around her.
That's not how it was portrayed, Gord.
Yes, it
sure
was.
No,
she was pleading with him. She was pleading with him not to go.
She went from pleading with him because she was in a state of fear, and then she gets
more
calm. And then, and then she goes from a state of fear to a state of calm. She's like, okay, maybe they're right. Everything's gonna be okay. It's like her moods change because it's like there isn't absolute certainty to this because it hasn't been confirmed until it happens. So I think that's it's not. I think that kind of way of looking at that particular ability is utterly black and white. It's like I don't think that's a good way of looking at that.
She believed it so much they strapped her down and drugged her for 2/3 of the movie. Like,
yeah.
Hold on. Just to add on, her husband at the very beginning of the movie, when she begs him not to go, he's like, "You're not supposed to talk about that." The person that she's dedicated her life to even doubts what she's thinking. So how is she, again, this is a young woman who has had basically no support system around her entire life until she got married. How is she supposed to believe that anything she's saying is actually real when even her own father was ready to commit her?
When the vampire showed up, the vampire that she's been dreaming about and is having psychic visions
We're all
about
familiar with the term
up.
gaslighting, right? We're all familiar with the term gaslighting, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's how they had to light their candles and stuff back then because they didn't invent electricity yet.
That too.
Sorry.
The thing, like before you've had these kind of visions confirmed, and it's like, yes, you may have a very strong fear of them. You may believe them at times. You may not believe them at other times. It's not something that to her, I think, is set in stone. I think she becomes progressively afraid that, yes, this is indeed real. And she becomes increasingly hysterical as the influence of Orlok starts to overcome her more and more. We are seeing something that she has always feared reaching its crescendo. And it's getting stronger and stronger as the movie goes on. But she does not start in a state where she absolutely knows this is all going to happen. It's something she fears.
So what
Hey, Gourd King, what do we call something pertaining to the plot where a character knows something at certain times, but doesn't know them at other times? That makes things happen. It makes it really convenient.
That's not what I'm describing, though.
Oh, it absolutely is what you're describing.
No, it's not.
Hey.
No, it's not. That's not what I'm describing.
By the way, when she was leaving and she was distraught about it, it was my understanding that she was distraught because she envisioned that he might die. Not that he's going to go meet a 600-year-old vamp or something. She was just intuition worried that something would happen to her husband not that she knew that all of this other stuff was going to happen.
Yeah.
With that, she knew that his presence was everywhere for her, right? So, Vex, I think you said something too about the state of like, or inability of like creatures like animals, or maybe say children in this instance, where their minds are more vulnerable and able to manipulate easier. Did you think about it too? Like, to cure her, they were drugging her, which also impaired her ability to sustain the mental.
Yeah, Professor Albin even says that, like, you need to keep her in a pure state so we can, like, she can let this out, right? So yeah, they were drug. Bro, it's not a plot convenience. What are you talking about? Oh,
I agree too. Plus, there's something with that I have to like wonder about. It's like we only see this one part in the beginning when she like conjures the spirit, and then it's like intimated later that she had some kind of magical powers. So it's like, what was she? Was she like a witch? Was she conjuring something that she couldn't control? I mean, we don't know the initial like the whole story, and I was kind of like when we argued about this too. So trust me, we had a very like a good discussion about it after we saw it. But...
Nadia first. She's got her hand up. I'll put mine up next.
Also, by drugging her and keeping her in her corset, I don't think is part of the plot. It's part of that time period. That time period is how they dealt with illnesses and mental illness.
Female hysteria.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily think it's just like, oh, just for convenience, we're going to drug this woman and keep her. That's what they would do at that time, especially the whole corset thing of keeping her posture and tight and keeping things. They thought that would help with the hysteria. So
I like that Nadia found a hand with an opposing thumb.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the point when she finally does see him for the first time, where he gives her the 3 scary nights. She doesn't do anything about it. She just hesitates and does like she should have sacrificed herself, because everything has come to fruition.
So this is okay. This is how she's extremely this is like an 18, 19-year-old girl at best. Again,
you keep making excuses for her, but like if you're experiencing all this your whole life, or however the time period, and it actually comes to fruition, you would definitely like either jump on board or try to fight it, and she does neither. She just kind of.
I'll be real. Gooch is correct here in regards to Vex. I mean, you host a Rumble show that's so anti-woman it can't even be on YouTube. I think that you should be against the woman here if you want to be consistent.
Okay. She still doesn't believe that all of this is, and this is where I feel the movie has trimmed out things that would fill in this gap a little bit better to the audience, because there's also a huge time jump that they just skip between night 1 and night 2. Night 2 happens almost immediately. She tries to warn Harding about what's going on so that she can try and protect Anna, because she still doesn't want to give herself up to Orlok, right? So she's trying to find an alternate solution, because they still haven't met person to person. He's still just coming to her in dreams. And again, if you're gaslit your entire life into thinking you're just fucking crazy, are you still gonna... Even Harding treats her like she's fucking insane when she's like, there's a demon here, we're all going to die. Everyone just fucking dismisses her. Again, except for Albin. And even then, everyone doesn't believe Albin half the time because he acts like the fucking Green Goblin.
Well, and Albin kind of, you could argue their consultations is her attempt to fight back. That is her attempt to fight back. They're looking for a solution.
I liked Defoe in the movie, but he was inconsistent with the character a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit here and there.
The only thing Gooch and I can agree on this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could calm down a little bit.
Well, his dialect.
Ironically, Defoe is my favorite. He was the one that I thought had the least comp.
Yeah.
What if we agree hypothetically that every single item, choice, line, action in this movie makes sense? I'm not willing to do that, but if we say that's true, what if we just say the story sucked anyway? Or didn't suck. The story was just kind of mid anyway.
I would say it's the inverse of that. Because I granted, I've only seen the movie once. I highly doubt that every single choice in the movie would make absolute sense.
I agree.
Because that's generally speaking, that's not how most movies turn out. But I mean, I think the story's pretty cool. I quite liked it. This is probably my 3rd favorite vampire movie ever on first watch, at least. But yeah, this
first one, Dracula's undead and loving it, right?
I think the problem. I think one of the major problems I have with this, and I've mentioned this, is like the editing, and there was no arcs in this movie. Like it just seemed like it was just flowing through, and it was just like flat for me. Normally, you have those big endings for like the first act, or like something suspenseful in the first act, and then you go into your second act. It didn't have any of that. If it just mowed along.
Like going in the castle and getting attacked wasn't enough.
I wanted more of the castle. I was like, okay, I want more of this.
Not necessarily more of the castle, but more of the tension and anxiety that at least the castle setting was giving us. That was the best segment of the film.
I wanted Orlok to fuck around with what's his name? Hutter? Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted him to fuck around with him a lot more.
Hutter definitely had an arc. So did Aaron Taylor Johnson's character had a huge arc in this.
Every character had an arc.
At one point, Orlok had an arc.
Like it veered to the left, right?
His back's kind of an arc.
That's what you mean.
So I guess what would we say that Nicholas Holt's arc was?
I mean, okay, starts off. He has his wife. He has this, he has this new job. He's trying to support her. He's trying to do right by his family, but he absolutely does not believe, in his wife's visions and everything. Obviously, that changes. Obviously, what becomes the means by which he protects his family is very different from what he ever expected. He basically goes on. I wouldn't quite go so far as to say hero's journey, because he's obviously not the one who ultimately is victorious. He has
does anything that matters.
No, Gourd, you're completely missing the question. He asked what Nicholas Holt's arc was. Nicholas Holt's arc was he went from being in X-Men Days of Future Past to fucking Nosferatu. That's Nicholas Holt's arc.
What an arc it was.
If I may add on to what you're saying, Gourd, Nicholas Holt becomes a representation of what happens when you embrace faith again. So by the end of the movie, he is a holy man again. He embraces everything that is good. Love is a force of good.
His wife is a holy woman too.
He's seen the devil now. He even says that he has seen the devil now. He's a true believer. And by the end of the film, he does believe that there is a malevolent force coming for Ellen. So the whole point of his arc is he is a man that has been tainted by modern values. Albin even has that whole speech about how science is dangerous, right? This is all just this is layered on to what all the characters end up experiencing. And by the end of the film, he's a man of God. He's a believer again.
Two things. It's an arc without a payoff. Even if we say we agree that he's now a man of God again, he didn't do anything at the end based on that motivation. He went to the church. Orlok wasn't there.
He
Maybe
did do something.
Let me fucking finish.
Go.
He went to the church. Orlok wasn't there. So we can say, him going to the church was an act of bravery and whatnot. But there wasn't an action to pay off that arc.
Well, there's only so many people who can defeat him.
Hold on. I'll address point one after this.
Second of all, are you guys seriously telling me that this is a big Christian important movie, whatever, we have Christian themes, whatever, and then fucking Lily Rose Depp for no reason whatsoever is gyrating all over the screen with her titties out in ways that don't impact the plot at all?
How is it not impacting the plot? The whole Nosferatu was the embody of lust and sin and this dark feminine energy that was sexual in nature. That was her being possessed by it.
Her jumping Nicholas Holt at the end, getting slapped, and then them deciding randomly, no, maybe it's bad, was not for any reason other.
I actually would probably agree with you on that. That's one scene that I did not care for. I thought that was completely needless.
Also the scene where she decides the fuck Holt or Hutter just to spite Orlok.
Well, that's the scene we're talking about, right?
Hold on.
No.
Yeah, I think it is.
I thought you were talking about where she's exposing herself at the end.
No, you brought it. You said Nicholas Holt, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Hold on. What was your point one again? Because my brain reset. I'm sorry.
The supposed arc that Holt had didn't have a capstone or a payoff.
Oh, okay. Yes, because he went to the church instead. He was completely misled by Professor Albin to go to the church instead. So he becomes kind of like a tragic fallacy almost in that sense, because he doesn't get any payoff because he was completely misled so that the town could be saved.
I feel
So
like
by
his play on his arc,
embracing and becoming a man of God, it made him easy to
Becomes a
succor.
believer, though, right? He becomes a believer in the devil. He becomes a believer in God. So ultimately, what ends up happening is you have one more person that is joining the side of good as opposed to evil.
I don't even agree
Arcs
with
need to
both
have
of
payoffs.
you. There isn't a payoff. It's like it's an arc, a failure.
Well, I
like,
would
what
say-
does he do? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out for 2 seconds. Okay, one, his first his motivation in the beginning of the movie to even do this stupid journey that everyone's like, this is retarded. Why do I have to go to this guy? Is because he wants to do it for his wife. So he goes there and finds out this evil thing is real, and maybe she was talking sense. And then he comes back, and he's like, I have to save her. And then we're like, okay, we have this plan. We can save her. And then they go to the church. He's not there. He can't save her. And ultimately, the only way that, she has to, just kill herself to, survive, to save everyone else. And then his realization is that he is a tragic figure. Like, there was nothing he could do, even though he wanted to do it. I don't know.
Well, I would say,
Can you highlight Big Ship's comment here?
Hold on, but now we're completely okay. So now if we look at the source material for all of this, because
Nope. We are not judging the movie based on the source material.
But this
we are
movie is
judging the
literally
movie by the movie.
You can't do
Oh
that.
no! I know.
No.
I'm with Laura on this one because every time I try and justify Zack Snyder's The Justice League and talk about the source material, you tell me to go fuck myself.
Well, I mean, fuck you for talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League in the first place.
Point is, I try to talk about source material, and Vex gets on my case about it. So I'm going to use her own logic here. Thank you for bringing that up, Lord.
Hold on. Just hear me out for a second here, right?
No,
We're talking
no.
about
because you like the source material, you think it's okay to reference. When you didn't like the source material, in the case of Justice League, it's not okay to reference.
No. You haven't even heard what I'm gonna say yet. You're making an assumption here, okay? So Nosferatu is an unlicensed adaptation of Dracula, right?
Okay.
Right? Okay. This is
one for one on facts. Go for it.
Okay. This is trying to retell the story that Nosferatu was trying to do, but without it doesn't translate to a modern audience the same way because the same values and way of society no longer exists. So I think this is where we're finding so many issues with the plot, because this is a very simple story that if we watch this in 1922, right, it would all be fulfilled. It would be fine because this is a story of the time, right? But it's because we're so used to having
70 minutes.
In 1922, there were 3 channels and they were all in black and white.
Didn't even have TV better.
But now we're in an era where every movie we see is supposed to have, there's an inciting incident, there's a climax, there's a payoff to everything that happens, when this is a story that doesn't have a payoff for everyone. In the original Nosferatu, not every character has any sort of arc or payoff. It's that these are all symbolic of the Victorian values that inspired the story.
He is the payoff. That was the point I was going to make. Nicholas Holt's character is the payoff. He is the good that she's ultimately fighting for. He is what represents, you brought up that he becomes a man of faith at the end. That's the good she's ultimately fighting for. He, in essence, is the payoff to the movie. Is because while she died, they've defeated evil, and he's the one who in Cormac McCarthy terms, would be the one carrying the fire at the end. He's the good that was fought for in this.
So what movie are they actually trying to tell here? Are they telling Dracula or are they telling Nosferatu?
It's the same story.
100% agree.
No,
100% agree.
Zach, can you post Jay Goodwin's comment also?
Nosferatu is literally Dracula with the names changed so they could skirt copyright laws. That's it. It's the same story.
Yeah.
This is a Dracula adaptation, effectively.
Yeah, I agree.
But what about Blackula?
Nope, not that.
What about Blackula?
I don't want him to sit at the back of the coffin anymore.
The one that starts with no Vex.
Oh, okay. There it is. Okay.
I didn't see her as the key to everything, though.
What?
She was the one that laid there like a dead fish at the end.
Yeah, but like, hold on, let me rephrase this. It's like I didn't think that they were intentionally propping this up so it would be, oh, women saves the world and everything. Just in this, because every other character was trying to fight evil just as much as she was. If anything, she's kind of an anti-female hero because she's a fucking immature dumbass.
She's the problem. She's the dumbass that made a mistake as a child, and everyone's facing the consequences of it.
Exactly.
I never got that she was supposed to be a hero.
Willem Dafoe didn't give a monologue about how everybody else who died was a hero at the end.
Wait, what?
Oh, man, they didn't self-sacrifice. They just died.
Yeah.
Okay, but
so they would be victims, not heroes. That's like saying the civilians in World War II weren't considered heroes; they were considered victims. So
okay, but to say if the movie has a monologue at the end about how someone is a hero, you can't then tell me that the movie isn't trying to make out that she's a hero.
I don't think she.
Well, no, I'm not saying there. I'm not saying there actually isn't one.
But we saw her journey from a child making this stupid contract with some demon force to her getting out of that clouded head from being drugged forever for her melancholy or hysteria. But then she matures and makes the decision that has to be made to fix the problem that she started.
Yeah.
So in that, yeah, great job. So Willem Dafoe's character says, yeah, she was a hero because it did actually save everybody. That's fine. I don't think it was wham and yay. It was just kind of
Willem Dafoe is the hero because none of this would have been possible without him. Willem Dafoe is the hero of the story. He literally, they would not have beat Nosferatu, Orlok, Dracula.
I mean, I'm totally cool with that. With that,
yeah,
I would agree with that.
I agree.
I have a question for Will. Will, out of 2024, what movie did you like?
What movie did I like?
Transformers 1. Say it. It's okay. This is a safe space.
Transformers 1.
I actually haven't seen Transformers 1.
It's good.
What?
Is it good?
The best one.
Babe, what movie? No, you're thinking of the Transformers 1 is the modern remake. Babe, what movies did I like in 2024?
I don't know. What we went. I saw the first Indiana Jones movie for the first time.
Late Night with the Devil.
No, I want like 2024 movies. Like
movies
what
made
came
in
out this year.
2024.
Yes, that you enjoyed. I didn't ask you, Gooch.
I didn't
asked
watch
Will.
a lot of movies. Leon, what movies came out in 2024?
Have you seen Sonic 3 yet?
I've not.
Fuck you, dude. Did you see Deadpool, Wolverine, Late Night with the Devil, Long
I like
Way.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I did not.
Ugh.
Twisters.
You want to bag on the plot for Nosferatu and not like
Will,
Deadpool,
I think you like
Wolverine?
Twisters.
Holy
Very
crap.
down home Midwest American man centric. I think you like it.
Did you see The Substance, by the way?
I did not.
Okay.
We have like
That's good.
basically one functional movie theater in our town, and it's not a super huge theater.
Yes.
Kind of sucks. I really do miss going to the art movies. Like even if they were trash.
Thank you, Sherry. She likes.
I know. I kind of want to see Sonic 3 just raw dog it and just go in without seeing the others because it looks like a movie that knows exactly what it is. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that.
It'll be. You see the first two is fine. There's like established characters and shit. But I'm gonna be real. Everyone knows Sonic. You can do it. It'll be fine. You'll like it.
Gooch is right.
Nadia, I do want to acknowledge Nadia. This was a fantastic point. I am a curmudgeon, so.
I would also recommend my number 2 movie of the year is Strange Darling, which was an indie thriller that came out. So I would be curious if that is
That's
something.
a good flick.
Yeah.
What was it?
Heretic.
Strange Darling.
Heretic was good.
Strange Darling.
Heretic was good, but I think Strange Darling was better.
You thought what?
Strange Darling is
Strange Darling?
shockingly based.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Strange Darling was 100% better than Heretic. Heretic was mid.
What's the coffee table? I've heard that.
I don't know. Polly pushes that a lot. It's a horror movie about a coffee table. I didn't get around to watching it. It's a foreign horror movie.
I want to see Chris Stuckman's movie.
I unironically kind of do.
I think it's going to be terrible. I want to see it.
I don't. It could literally go either way for me. Like, dude's taught such a big game after he got pussified for the last 2 years, 3 years, whatever it's been. Like Shelby Oaks. That being said, I do like Flanagan, and Flanagan's the producer, and so like, you know what? Maybe there's something here.
It does have some Metacritic ratings, which have it in the 50s right now. So I'm like, oh, if you're only getting in the 50s with critics, that might not be so good.
Happy New Year.
Which makes me want to see it all the more.
Like, yeah, it kind of depends on who the critics are. Like when I was studying like the film industry and stuff, I'm really into film school stuff. I'm like, I would look at a movie, and my mom, this is when she used to subscribe to the LA Times and get the actual physical paper. And I'm like, you tell me the film critic from the LA Times, and I will tell you whether or not they like the movie and what they say about it. And usually she was like, oh my gosh, how do you know this, Lisa? Like, it's just crazy. I'm like, no, it's very obvious that certain people are paid to say certain things about things. And
no, Rossi, I do not want to see Superman.
His friends at Collider.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, the Superman where
it must be really bad.
3 times too big for him, and he has no masculine qualities whatsoever in the trailer. Yeah, 100%.
Why are we remaking this? Like, no.
7 villains. 7 villains, Nadia.
Let me
7
play a clip
fucking
for
villains.
the big ship here before he goes
great.
back to Australia.
Like Hayaku the dumpster battle.
I can add one to the list. I liked Fall Guy. It
was good.
Oh. What?
Will, I can't
great.
take your opinion seriously anymore. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, my friend.
Okay.
Was it bad? I didn't hear anything bad about Fall Guy.
It was terrible.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I haven't heard anything bad about it.
It was bad.
So bad.
Why was it bad?
Predictable. And
It was
boring.
it was mid-ish.
Lady Beast.
There wasn't anything offensive about it.
It wasn't funny, and the action sucked. So I'd call
And
it a
it's
little offensive for an
Hollywood
action
making
comedy.
movies about
What do you
Hollywood
know?
being
You're a
more clever.
nerd.
I mean, I know
disagree with
comedy
both of
pretty
those
well. I'd like
tables.
to think, but
No,
real
you guys
quick,
can do. You're
Moxie,
fucking
I want that
hilarious,
inside me. Just saying.
Gooch, do you like Wicked or Nosferatu more?
Rossi, your dog is cute. Just saying.
Well, there's reasons why I didn't like Wicked.
Yeah, Wicked looks scary. Like, I don't know.
But if you had to watch
Groping old ladies affect the film. Look at the film on its own.
Okay,
you
I've
had
said
to
this
watch
about
something
80
again.
times. Cynthia was amazing in that movie. She was actually, I was surprised by her.
Cynthia, who's that?
sorry, what movie?
The
She plays Elphaba.
Elphaba. Yeah.
Elphaba. Yep.
But everything else was so
That woman is ruining
Pride.
Target for me.
Pride Parade stuff. It
She was
just
actually
like-
really good in Bad Times at El Royale, which is an underrated movie.
One more time. There you go.
If you
Again,
choose one movie.
Nosferatu was a good movie. I think I wanted more from it, and
It
I
just
just
wasn't for you. That's all. It wasn't your vibe.
Yeah.
again, I went to the morning show, so I probably wasn't ready to watch it either. So to be fair, but I just didn't. I don't know. I felt like it was kind of flat.
His
you gave-
influence
you
didn't
gave-
get you.
You
It
gave
was-
the same review that my husband did. Like, overall, you can appreciate it for what it is, but to him, like, it was like a 6 out of 10.
I loved the
That is my
grayscale.
exact review.
I love the grayscale. I love the looks. I wanted
Oh,
more
yeah.
from Holt. I wanted more in the castle. I just wanted more, but I also wanted a lot taken out, like the pagan scenes, or gypsies, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was
I don't remember any
necessary.
pegging scenes.
Huh?
They are. Didn't Vex? You came up
Huge
today.
watched a different movie than the rest of us.
They're releasing an extended version. Of
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
4K,
like-
3 hour.
The version that early screenings got was the 3-hour cut, and I can after watching it a few times, I can see where they've cut out things to trim down the runtime, and this is why I say I feel like a longer cut would probably make this movie better because they wouldn't have had to. So you would have gotten longer castle scenes. Like I can tell that whole castle sequence was supposed to go on a lot longer because some of the cuts are just too quick and don't make sense for what they tried to do later on.
Where was that set? Do you know? The castle?
Pardon?
The castle. Where was that? Was that a set?
That's actual Bram Castle that they
It's
have.
not
That's
Bran,
actual.
it's not Bran Castle. It's a different castle.
I
in the
thought it
Czech-
was. Okay, maybe I'm mistaken because I think they took the cast to the actual Dracula castle for influence and stuff. They actually build over 50 sets for that movie. Like everything they tried to build as much as possible. No CGI. Like I looked at all the set building. There was a I don't know where they built it, but it was a studio overseas that they built like 50 sets, everything.
I think it was in the Czech Republic because all the interviews they say that they spent a lot of time over there. The castle that they went to though is also in the Czech Republic. It was a castle that Vlad the Impaler was imprisoned at one point. And then Bran Castle is just the castle that Stoker made popular, but that's not actually Vlad the Impaler's castle. It's something called like Pulsar or something like that. That's his actual castle.
Vlad had a few castles, I think. So
he did, yeah. That's the only one that's remaining that he did definitively live in for a period.
But should we hate Vlad? He didn't let the Ottomans just walk in and take over. Like we should. That should be. That's very.
The kind of want to kick their feet up anyway.
That's very racist, isn't it?
Well, Vlad, when he was in prison, that's where he learned Turkish fluently, and he utilized that to infiltrate often. He basically was getting revenge because they killed his father. He went about it pretty extreme, but the dude was pretty cunning. He wasn't like crazy. He wasn't crazy.
They raped him as a child as well.
Yeah, it's like Vlad's he's a complex and interesting individual.
Oh, I gotta say that the costumes in this movie were amazing. Like as a historical costumer that's built these kind of things and made other things for other people. It's like there were details on these costumes that are like they handpicked that collar and it's beautiful.
Oh, they were doing this. I was watching behind the scenes, the historic of like the bonnets of why they use those certain bonnets with the flowers inside. They I watched them handmade the carriages with the symbolism on them and stuff. So like, not that it was no CGI. There was obviously CGI in it, but they tried to make as much of the stuff practical as possible and historically correct. So,
yeah. I love it.
The only thing I'd say is I think the hair could be bigger for the time period, but like you get some really weird shit in like the 1830s, so that's probably would have been like, okay, this is weird.
Yep. So I don't think there's anything in dispute that the sets were amazing, the costumes were amazing. I think we're 98% in agreement on the acting. I think, the makeup, everybody agrees was great. I think this purely comes down to whether or not you just like the plot.
I agree with you on that. I can agree with that.
I just didn't like when they had Holt running down the street and it looked like an iPhone in front of him. I was like, no, they didn't do this. Like, why are they like? It took away from some really good camera shots, and it threw me off. I think some of the editing was bad too. Not bad, but it was just threw me off as well. I don't know. I just wanted more.
Gooch, have you seen other?
Did you want somebody to pick up a flaming sword and impale somebody? Because I'll be honest, that's kind of what I was waiting for.
Yes, actually,
that would have been cool.
Yes.
Have you seen other Eggers films?
The Northman, and
he was Vic. Thank you.
The Witch of the Lighthouse, Gooch?
No, I never saw The Lighthouse.
Oh my God, see The Lighthouse.
You should watch it.
Have you seen The Witch?
No, I haven't seen The Witch either.
Which
I feel like Witch is the closest to.
So yeah, hold on. You went into this and expecting more when this is kind of what Eggers more or less did with The Witch. The Witch, I think, is a better objective.
I'm not going based on the director. I'm going based on the story. I'm going based on.
But it's his style. Like it's like if I go into a Tarantino film, I kind of objectively know what I'm going to get out of it. If I'm going into an Eggers film, I have an idea of how he's going to do the storytelling, his cinematography. His
I actually agree with Gooch on this. You're going to walk into somebody's filmography at some point. You don't have to start at movie one. I mean, I think it can help you to understand what you're expecting. But I'm saying,
Gooch said I pay attention to the story, which is all well and good, but that is not the only aspect of filmmaking. That is an aspect.
I'm not. I don't disagree.
I disagree with you, Gord, because Nosferatu is his fourth film. It has been hyped so much this year that everybody has pushed Eggers' film. So, like, I feel like if you want to go see an Eggers film in theaters that has been marketed this much, more so than his other films, you want to go see at least what the director's style and what he does.
Don't get me wrong. I think that can help, but I don't think that one way or the other you know, if you're whatever you're seeing for the first time, it's like I don't think previous or future films should play a part in affecting, you know, what you ultimately think of it. Now, granted, if you familiarize yourself with somebody's filmography down the road, you might rewatch that movie and think, you know what, this is actually better than I thought. You could also end up thinking this is worse than I thought if you grow disenchanted with their filmmaking style.
Yeah, Kill Bill
But
Volume 2
there's
sucks.
always going to be a jumping off
What?
point somewhere.
May I? May I?
Yes.
I just have. Hold on. The original Nosferatu movie doesn't have any grand or big payoff. It has the exact same ending, pacing, and narrative elements, more or less, as this film. But you were expecting more?
Yes. No. Vex, you're correct. It does. But guess what? That movie's 70 fucking minutes.
No, but I'm just saying, the plot beats are more or less the exact same, so how can you go in expecting more than that?
It lasted another. What,
Now you're
70 minutes
getting
with-
into
we-
modern
so-
times versus over 100 years ago.
No.
So
Listen,
now, like, because like I was expecting something a little more, like a little bit better than the original, and I didn't get it. Like I just walked out.
Okay,
like, okay,
that's
like,
pretty. That's a weak argument, though, homie. Like, as someone who agrees with you about this film in a lot of
No.
aspects,
How
by that, I'm about to explain how. By that logic, you should expect this next Superman movie to be better because Superman with Christopher Reeve was in 1978, and you're expecting something better because it's modern.
Yes.
I always usually expect the
You're
old
right.
shit to be
I
better
should be
'cause it's
expecting
better.
better, but we're not gonna get it now, are we? So like what's
up,
your
Nick?
argument?
I don't know why something being modern is inherently expected to be better. I don't know. That argument doesn't make sense to me because the ideas, themes, heroes' journey,
100 years,
storytelling
Leon.
is sort of
100
universal.
years is a
regardless of
dramatic
time.
change.
So I
Okay.
agree. I agree with him, but I think Leon actually maybe makes the stronger argument. We've doubled the length of the movie, and we still have the same plot beats.
Did I see
So-
a different version of the old Nosferatu, by the way? Because my version was almost 100 minutes long.
There's several versions.
When I say 70 minutes, I'm being hyperbolic
Okay,
because the movie
okay.
was shorter back then. Yeah, no.
Okay. The other thing I would say is, what if, this was our first exposure to Nosferatu and just wasn't super impressed by it.
Then that's just
it having the same plot as the old version, doesn't necessarily hold weight.
Then if we're going by that argument, then that just means gothic horror is not your vibe, and it's not
It's
everyone's
not.
vibe. It
Correct.
really isn't.
Which I think
No,
is
because I like
pretty
Bram
much what-
Stoker's Dracula. I really like that movie.
But
I think his is told very different.
But do you like?
There's similarities,
that
but
you like that movie because it's a gothic tale or because it's a vampire tale?
Because it's a vampire tale.
Oh,
And-
then
Okay.
your gothic
Yeah,
horror is not
gothic
your
horror
vibe.
is different. Yeah, gothic
But
horror
I
is
like
different.
the gothic look to it though. Like it's just like I like Kelly Jones when he did the book, the graphic novel. I like that look. So
Hold
I would
on.
say both.
Gothic aesthetic is very different from gothic literature and narrative.
Yeah.
Extremely
Yeah.
different.
Like
Correct.
one thing people would be surprised when you do read about gothic horror is like it's not really necessarily graphic or anything. It plays on a lot of like thematic, like sort of intellectualization of stuff.
It's dry.
Yeah,
It's
you're
dry
not.
to most people.
To be fair, I think you're making a great point. Like everyone sucks off Edgar Allan Poe. He's probably the most famous gothic horror writer in
Mhm.
American literature, and frankly, I think he's fine. I think he's incredibly overrated. As somebody who likes gothic horror, for one, I think EAP is overrated. And yeah, it's very. I don't know that I would use the word dry. Like I'm trying to understand what you mean by dry, but it's very
What I mean,
subliminal. is the word I would
cerebral,
use.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I mean. And for a lot of people, when you get really subliminal and in the messaging and in the subtext of your story, that can come off as dry to a lot of people.
Okay,
That's what
gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. I get what you mean now. Then yes.
Hey, can we take a break? Because we've been getting super chats and stuff, and
Thanks. Thank you. And
Sorry,
to start
sorry.
that off,
lots of
let's-
awesome people been like doing things, but we've been going on it good. So
thank you, Lady B. We'll get that kicked off with $55. I was like waiting to play that clip to get into super chat stuff but you guys were really into this, making good points, and so I don't want to be that disrespectful to cut people off. So I'm I hope you guys all feel better about yourselves and Nosferatu. And Nick Weiser's in the chat. Great to see you. Nick Weiser. Kata's here too. Good to see you, Kata. A bunch of people rolling, but we've got Big Ship and I have a special clip for him. And Jama's here, so Jama Lama's here. So I think that's appropriate to play it right now. Let's go with this one.
I think we have to bring up Jama's comment before it scrolls all the way up there. So I get child when I see Excalibur.
Oh yes, that was yes.
Not chills. I get child.
I get child.
I get child around swords. Thanks, Big Ship. He pulled it out.
Jama.
I thought you were talking about Jana, not Jama.
No. That was Jama Lama that said that.
It's okay, Jama. I got you.
Yeah. Well, or her.
We love you, Jama. He hates us. It's all right.
Him or her.
Or her.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Get child around swords or get
Get
with child around swords, because that kind of makes sense too.
Get with child around swords. Okay.
Get with
sure.
child around swords.
Why not?
We're chilled.
Chilled child. Ross, you got lost from me. Back off, girls. So you read this one. Gooch. I'm not sure which girl that is. Leon? Are you talking about Leon? Rossi? Is Leon your girl?
How many dead babies fixed? So there's like a ratio of length of film to the amount of dead babies I find necessary. So like if it's a 2-hour movie, you need 2 to 4 dead babies. 1 dead baby every 30 minutes to an hour. And I'm released.
I second that notion.
What the fuck?
Wild, Leon, is you walked out of Nosferatu to hug your bird. You didn't walk out of Nosferatu and hug your child.
No.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Wait a minute. To add to that, didn't you go see it with your child on top of it as well?
Oh my god!
This is what makes Wall-E such a great movie. Is the movie starts and like billions of babies are already dead.
This is true.
Maybe
Like,
my
I
least
want
favorite
to see
movie
more of that.
ever.
Dude, Toy Story 5 coming out. Toy Story 5. I want to see some dead fucking babies. Like
The toys revolt against the children.
What was that thing you said just now? Something
what
fucking
about-
babies? What? Who's fucking
No,
babies?
just some dead fucking babies. Like fucking for emphasis.
Oh, dead. Okay.
Yeah, some dead
Just
babies.
ashamed to be here right now.
Too late and too bad. You'll like this one, Rossi, if you like Leon.
And so yeah, my granny was the first one to turn me on.
My granny was the first one to turn me on. Oh, Zach.
This is why I don't do live stuff super often, because I can edit videos. I make. Miss you, Grandma.
Listen,
Love
to
you,
each
Grandma.
their own, I guess.
Sure.
He hasn't been
That's
turned on
it.
since she left us.
Maybe that's why I've just got this obsession with dead babies. It's like it's some sort of psychosomatic thing. Like,
Who's that YouTuber that fucked his grandma or his mom?
Chris Chan.
Like you're
Oh,
Chris
no.
Chan right now, Leon. Is that the arc you're going through at the moment?
like,
What?
well, at that point, I would have to actually commit to being trans, and I don't really want to rape my own mom since she was a prostitute. She might have like diseases.
Okay.
So
I
Leon,
respect that decision, Leon.
Leon, the more I learn about you, the more I'm just like, how the fuck? Like, who are
I
you,
thought
bro?
it all makes sense.
I was gonna say, for me, it's like just one more piece fits into the puzzle, and it's like
It's like AJ talking about like being gay and dogs and stuff.
Yeah. I'll be honest. The AJ's dad beating him for watching gay porn was that was a core piece that fell in there.
Damn it! I wish we had that clip from AJ.
Right. Nadia, I have to say, I've got your playlist on like the other monitor, and it looks super interesting. So I kind of like want to unmute it and flip over there during the stream, but I know that would be mean to Sax.
Hey,
That's
but
me.
you should watch her stuff. She has great. I'm watching this stuff too. I'm in the chat all the time, so I would sim for Nadia. Her husband. Let me tell you guys, he like. I usually think I'm going to be bigger than this guy. And I'm like, okay, but I give this guy a hug. He's fucking super solid, and I don't recommend fucking with him. I'm telling you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm
very lucky.
I'm not going to lie, Zach. You're on the screen now, actually. So it's
nice.
It's actually giving me a little whiplash because I'm talking to the wrong screen as I.
Oh, we're over 2 hours now, so I would like to at least get through one of the things we promised people we would do. And then we can get
this on to next week too.
Yes, we definitely are going to do that. But what is one thing? So Moxie, I'd like to maybe start with you. This is going to be the question of what one thing that you saw in 2024 would you nuke from orbit that you would like to wipe out of existence that was so bad it's offensive.
Like it in the future, nuke it, or just it never happened?
Completely destroy it so no one ever speaks of it again. From last year.
If we pick a sequel, does it extend back and nuke previous? No, it's just the one season of television.
Don't get greedy, Alex.
That's fair.
Alex.
Willix.
What did I hate so bad in 2024?
Well, I can come back to you. I'll ask Will because he hates a lot of stuff.
Circle back.
It's true. It's true. I hate many things. Shooting from the hip, it would probably be Rings of Power.
Yeah. Oh. Good choice.
Yeah, 2024 though. Well, it started earlier.
Rings of Power was 2024, right? It was.
Yep.
Season 2 was
season 2.
Yep.
Which would then nuke future versions.
Which they should.
Life-saving.
I mean, the fact that they haven't we know why they haven't. It's because of this rights thing, and apparently they would have to pay the Tolkien estate what they would have spent on the show. That is the failout on some of their contracts. I don't know if that's true. I've never seen the contracts. But that's what I've heard people say. That is the big issue. They have to make the show, or else they have to pay them the money. So might as well make the show and hopefully get something out of it. And that's why they had to buy them the way they did. And the Tolkien estate doesn't like to give these rights out, so they put a whole bunch of rules on them. Like they can't make a movie. Whatever they make has to be 4 episodes to show it's not a mini series. There's a lot of rules there, and that's one they have to make it or they have to pay it. Anyway, Nadia, you had your hand up earlier.
Well, there's quite a few things I think we've went through there. There's Arcane season 2, House of Dragon season 2, Trap thing. But one movie I wish I could just shoot into orbit, and I'm sorry, AJ, the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Oh,
nice! That's so bad.
I kind of want to see it. It just looks so awful, but I didn't want to give them money.
I feel like the American Society of Magical Negroes is important from a historical perspective. Like somebody's going to ask me 30 years from now
I agree.
What 2022 is like, and I'm just going to say, I need you to watch this movie. Hollywood was so insane that they wrote, directed, produced, acted, released this movie. This was how insane this time.
And it made less than $5 million.
How long
I
was
honestly
it?
think you could achieve the same thing if you just show them the movie
way
Karen,
too
and it's
long.
way funnier.
Oh, okay.
Which
it was
one
like a
worked?
90-minute runtime. It was
Karen.
like 2 hours.
What was it?
Let me
Karen?
look.
Karen.
What's up, Eldan?
Karen.
Show them
Okay.
show them
1
that,
hour-
and you'll get the
Oh,
same
yeah,
vibe, and
that's
it's hilarious.
horrible.
There,
1
man.
hour and 45 minutes, so right under 2 hours.
Dang.
Karen.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw
Acolyte is a very good
I was
pick.
curious.
Yeah,
I was
we
very
should
curious
make
one
use of
night,
it.
and similar to like I'm still gonna watch the Crow remake because I'm
Ugh.
morbid curiosity.
You
So
don't have to.
I watched Joker 2. I might as well just keep going.
It's worse than Joker 2.
I believe you. I just want to see it
Okay.
for myself.
It's worse than most movies from 2024.
I don't
Almost
know.
all of
American
them.
Society of Magical Negroes was pretty fucking bad.
Most
wanted
of the
to see
stuff
this-
Disney has put out in the last 5 years is better than The Crow.
Oh my god, that's bad.
Wow.
We wanted to see this movie. It was like I think it was like an Angel Studio movie, and it was called Homestead. And we actually went into the wrong theater, like because there 2 theaters were playing it, and we got in the middle of the movie. But man, the freaking ending of that movie was so bad. Like the story was retarded. I mean, this is how dumb this movie is. It's like there's been a nuclear disaster in America. And these people that are supposed to be sort of survivalists and preppers are like, oh my God, FEMA is going to come to save us. Like,
Okay.
woo!
What movie was that? Sorry, I missed that.
Called Homestead.
Angel
Homestead
Studio.
came out very
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, we were just like, man, I just want to see something and I want it not to suck. And there's just so many bad movies and everything. We get such like the really big run of the mill movies that it's hard.
Yeah, I couldn't get over in that movie how Angel Studios had gone so far out of their way to never release a movie where the ending of the movie is, and then Jesus saved everybody. And then I watched that movie and I was like, wait, so In the end, Jesus just saved everybody. Like,
in the end, it's like there's all these people trying to get onto this homestead, and it's like they've literally, like, if you were going to do in a survival situation and you were planning to like prep and put food up and stuff like that, they're like, this is our coordinates for X amount of people in our thing, and we have this much food. And then they're not very good at growing food or raising food. Nobody knows anything. They're just like stupid people. And then like there's all these, their friends are outside, but like, and the fence is really bad. It's like, I don't know how they keep anything out with this fence. It's horrible. But there's all these people trying to get into the compound, and then this lady is the wife of the guy that owns the place, is like super like obnoxiously religious. What?
Did Jesus let the Asians in? They're like all Buddhists and shit, or was it only like straight white people?
Oh my god, it was actually a little woke in a way.
Yeah, it was like kind of wokey.
That's weird for that studio.
Yeah,
it was just a very like multi-ethnic.
Well, if you listen to leftist Twitter, Jesus was the OG woke because he was all about like free shit and stuff.
Yeah.
I think Angel Studios
communists because they people.
Being
People are
something
like
of a devout
misconception.
Christian, this is why I dislike so many Christian films, is because they don't understand Christianity very well at all.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Sound of Freedom, they purchased it? They didn't actually produce in it.
Correct.
So I think they're trying to ride recapture that high, and they can't do it.
Yeah, now we're seeing what it's like when they actually make a movie, and it's like, it's so many of those studios, they have such a saccharine view of Christianity, and like even some of the more overt ones, like Facing the Giants and stuff like that. I hate the way movies like that end, because it's basically God is reduced to a genie in a bottle who just gives you everything you want. I cannot stand movies like that.
Even the TV show.
Lord, remind me I have a song to send you later.
I want to get to this. This one this will come up for sure. This is lovely Sherry. Member left the comment 20. Well, Madam Web, and this also in the chat, Psycho 216. And Madam Web would be nuked from orbit. I haven't seen it. Probably never will. Anyone else hate Madam Web? I assume mostly.
No, I would never nuke that movie. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie, but I would never get rid of that. It is so funny.
Okay.
It's not worth using the one nuke. I'm sure it's like bad enough to merit the nuke, but I don't think it had enough reach it didn't make enough people unhappy to justify the nuke.
I would agree with you.
Okay. Fair. I mean, it did kill Sony. Well, it set them up for Craven to then finish them off.
See,
Craven was
Madam Web helped to nuke something else.
Right.
My husband was trying to get me to go see Craven, and I'm like, I have standards.
I was not. I think I at one point made a comment like,
Rebel Moon.
If I was unbelievably bored, you could probably get me to go see Craven.
We were pretty bored this week.
We were.
20 years later, absolutely, I'm on for that one.
That's at the top of my most anticipated.
Yeah.
That trailer was quite the banger. That's one of the best trailers I've seen in a long, long time.
Agree.
I don't know.
Have you seen the trailer, Nadia?
I have. I did.
Did it play before Nosferatu, where you are?
No, I did a trailer reaction to it on one of my Horror Tuesdays. It's good, but I don't know. Like it's, I don't know.
Nadia, what are you doing here? What doesn't look good about it?
It's not that it doesn't look good. I just worry that there's no story to continue with the other two films and how bad the second film in that series was. So I am hopeful, but I am realistic on it.
I'm glad you agree with me about 28 Weeks Later, because I find that movie quite bad. But I have some hope because Danny Boyle is back on with this one. It's the movie after that I'm like, why? Why are you giving that over?
Hard agree with the Gourd.
Yeah, because the fourth film's going to be filmed, directed by Nia. What's
I don't want that.
Yeah.
This is a Danny Boyle. This is a Danny Boyle film. This was his movie. The idea. Well, he stole the idea, I'm sure, from lots of different people. But Danny Boyle makes great movies overall, and I trust him.
We'll see.
With this,
we'll see.
I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh,
yes.
Ooh. What would you like to get rid of and wipe off the map?
If we're just talking about like movies or shows, Leon crossed my mind. I'm kidding. I I don't have expectations for movies and shows anymore. I do get disappointed when I'm invested, like the movie that I watched today based on Gooch's and Nadia's recommendation that it was really amazing and it was fine for up until the last 4 minutes of the freaking film. Long legs. I was not happy with the ending. I don't like, I like closure. But as far as like nuking something that happened this year, the 11% sin tax on ammunition and firearms in California.
Based.
Nuke that shit.
Based Moxie.
It's
Based
not
Moxie.
it's not that based. You're still living in California.
We gotta liberate everyone from California. I got out of there.
I'm in a worse place than California. It's California, but without the weather.
California.
Yeah.
You know what? You kind of make a point.
It's true. I mean, yeah.
Save him first.
we gotta annex Canada. Save my family and stuff and my friends.
If we annex Canada, they can't vote.
I don't want to vote.
Yeah, no. It's like if we annex them, they're not a state. Well, they're just a territory.
Although we
white
could be
Puerto
the
Rican.
biggest state, so that would give us like a lots of leverage, right? Just like it does for California.
I don't want to take that from Alaska.
I know.
Mm.
I kind of
Listen,
feel like with Casey over on Rumble that I feel like you kind of need to stand for. I kind of agree, but my living situation wasn't the best. So
Just the coastal cities.
Illinois is the worst state in the union. Okay,
I kind of agree.
Agree. Illinois
No
is worse than
I
California.
hate Chicago. Chicago is the worst city in the world. It's like
Yes.
bastard child of like New York and Los Angeles. Oh, so great.
I am from Chicago. I fucking loved that city growing up. It is a shit city now. So
It's
it is
sad what's
awful.
happened to it. I've been there 3 times and I enjoyed it every time I went, and now it's ruined.
I'm like legit scared to go downtown sometimes.
Gooch and I might go to Oakland and walk around there for a bit. I can't wait. I've heard it's really nice. There's no restaurants open because they can't let people inside because I guess bad things happen there. I don't know. We'll see. A couple Canadians will be fine. Nick lives in Illinois. Can confirm the burbs are at the mercy of Chicago.
Yeah, take away Chicago. Illinois is
Illinois would be
pretty
great.
red.
You know how many?
Yeah.
Dude. I talked to so many people in the urban, in the urban area, or not, this rural areas of Illinois. They're like, yeah, fuck Chicago. It's rough.
I love this,
Yeah.
Moxie. That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
heavily based.
Yeah, I feel there because I used to live in the same county as she does, and it's like Central California is very nice, and there's like good areas or some bad. I was in kind of a bad area, but it's a nice area, and you can get away from people, and the scenery is pretty.
It's great. I've got elk. I've got bear. I live in the country, and
It's very cool.
Politically, like the town that I live adjacent to, super red county that I live in. The sheriff is based AF.
Yeah.
Like most of California is actually okay. It's just 3 big freaking cities that.
Yeah, like the county that we were talking about is like one of the only, if not the only county, one of the only counties in Southern California that you can get like a concealed carry permit. It's a shell issue.
It took about 5 months, but not a problem here.
That's
so.
good.
I would move
The little
to
things.
either.
What's a concealed carry permit?
It's a piece of paper from the government telling you can do something, which means it really isn't a right. It's just a privilege.
It is anti 2A. That's what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
They got rid of those in my state. We don't need them anymore. You don't even need a license anymore.
Hell yeah.
Same, brother, same. Constitutional carry, motherfuckers.
If I didn't have to live in a dry climate, I would definitely move out of Nevada. I would move away, farther away from California, but my only choices are part of Arizona, part of Nevada, and part of California. So I am
That's nice.
stuck right now.
Won't
Yeah.
you be my neighbor? Come over here. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very expensive in your fucking state.
Kind of does. Yep. I got to play this for Rossi. For that. This is a new one too.
You guys are full of crack, bro. My fucking comic icing. I don't know, man. This is not the way it works, man. You guys be on fucking crack.
That's funny.
That's an impersonation. If you can't tell, that wasn't actually Eric July.
Oh man, I was hoping.
Yeah, I know, right?
The lack of hair gave it away.
Body hair, yeah, that's right.
I thought, because he wasn't wearing a hat.
Right. That's it. That's what was different. Because he talked crack, bro. It's about crack. Gooch, what would you nuke from orbit
I don't know
from
if
this
he's
year?
still with us.
I could tell you who I would.
He's lighting up the private chat. I know he's here.
What are you? Who are you gonna say? Gooch? Who? Who would you? Yeah.
Why
fucking
so
say it.
defensive? Why so defensive, Nadia?
I read your mind, Gooch. I know what you're thinking.
No, you don't. If you're gonna watch The Crow, Nadia, are you gonna watch all of Rupert Sanders' directed films before you watch The Crow?
You know what? For you,
Shots fired.
For you, I would. For you, I would.
Just curious. Just curious.
I'll do it.
If I could shoot something into orbit, well, Arcane 2 was a big fucking waste of time. It's awful. Oh man, there were so many bad things this year.
It was kind of a shit year. This was a
awful.
William Richards kind of a year.
FYI, I've seen 2 other of Rupert Sanders' films, so
Oh,
suck my dick, Gooch. Okay,
That was like
whip it out.
when me and Will like
Nadia, who's seen no movies ever.
Yeah,
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, even I've seen one of his movies other than The Crow.
That's funny.
I saw Ghost in the Shell.
I did too.
Oh.
Snow White and the Huntsman.
That I didn't
Oh,
see.
I seen that movie. That was
Shit.
weird.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. I can't pick one because there's so many. Even in animation, there was a lot of shit. One.
God damn it.
Wow.
Arcane 2.
You can use as many as you want. Yeah.
Arcane 2 was just a big disappointment. I was looking forward to that. Although I did have my worries during season 1. But it really went off the deep end. It did complete 180 with the storytelling. So yeah, Arcane 2 was a big fucking waste.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pitch Perfect too is another one.
I'm pretty sure you mean Pitch Perfect.
That was in the new
4,
year.
but-
That was in 2025, Gooch.
Oh, still reeling from that.
You had fun.
You did have
with
fun.
you, yeah. The movie, not so much.
You telling me you didn't like Clay Matthews in the Packers offensive line?
Oh, yeah, there was an offensive line in there, that's for sure. And there was a scene where one of the linebackers was going to potentially, sexually assault another individual and had her hands in it. It was not good.
American football. It's fine.
What?
Leon, why do you call it American football?
I was doing it for his benefit.
Okay.
I'm respectful to the guest.
What did I do?
Okay.
I'm going to say this.
Mansplain it for me because I don't.
You want to know
I don't
something
understand.
horrible that happened last year? My husband made me watch with him on several different
Porn.
occasions. No, Rebel Moon. He's like,
Oh my
we started
gosh.
watching it, and we're like, this sucks. Let's not watch this anymore. And I thought that was it. And then it's like, no, we need to watch this because Steve wants to do a stream on it. And I'm like, really? Are we watching this? And then he tried to watch it on TV too. So I think it was like 3 times. And I'm just like, I can't.
We didn't watch Rebel Moon 3 times. We failed to get through Rebel Moon 3 times.
That one's a given. That one was.
I'm gonna abstain.
So bad.
Rebel Moon. That is a rough one.
And I just want to say this loud and clear. Nos, I love you, buddy. There's nothing but love for you. We're going to do blow and watch anime and cuddle. Okay, Nos?
Oh,
It's all
What
good.
about
Who's
me?
the big spoon?
What about me, Gooch? What about me? Where's the love?
You, on the other hand, I'm just going to go back to muting.
There's a doghouse in the backyard.
2025. What we were saying, Vex, it to be. Yeah, that's how I feel about you, Gooch.
Oh, Zax is
Awkward
muted.
silence.
You're muted,
You're muted,
Zach.
Zax.
That's my gimmick now. That's my gimmick now.
I mean, it's no putting on a dress for super chats, but it's fine.
It works. Yeah.
Nothing
it
but
works.
love for you, Nadia. You know that.
I was distracted with
Now you're sucking up. Now you're
Have you
sucking up.
considered
Okay.
dressing
All right,
up
take it back.
You're just pulling Nad's pigtails on the playground. It's fine. There's
This is
nothing
low
about
spec
it.
here.
I'll be pulling
considered,
something in Vegas. That's for
Oh
sure.
no. Oh no.
Zax, have you considered dressing up like Osama bin Laden to appreciate imitate Eric July?
Not yet.
Okay. Maybe, I was just thinking if we're doing poor gimmicks, maybe
What's
that
up,
would.
done. Oh, you conflicting emotions looking around the panel. What do you mean? Who's lower left?
Ah! God,
Who do you think that is? Who would you think would have? Is that two Henry Cavills?
God damn it, Josh!
I think that's Henry Cavill and Chris Evans. I think.
It is, yeah.
Oh my God, freaking AI is such a curse.
Because Jeff is on Rumble, so Jeff Pearson's over on Rumble. He is low spec on YouTube side, and he's the man who built his own house, and he pays $5 a year in tax on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, he really
taxes
has the
are
game
gay,
beat.
so
He's beat the game. So, in terms of this stuff, like he built a fort basically that we would talk about building as kids, and he lives in it, and it looks fucking awesome. So he did, and he streams cool games from there too. So yeah, Rebel Moon it was rejected. Thank you, Leon. What would you get rid of this year? What would you wipe off the map?
Muslims. They got way too big for their turbans this year. Some
Agreed.
shit went down in 2024. Muslims.
True.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but
Dude, it's been like 20 hours.
He prefaced this with get rid of anything from 2024. I thought about this shit.
I am not that version of brown. Just FYI, that I am Catholic Middle Eastern.
I don't care about your skin color. White Muslims too. Anyone that believes in that Sharia law shit and like wants to send you to jail for disrespecting them and whatnot and asking who the fuck their faggot ass God is, fuck them, nuke them, be gone.
That's a take. That was from Leon. By the way, just in case anyone's wondering, that was not from me. If you were going to blow yourself up with someone, please find Leon. He's always online, so you can just try to track.
I'm great at blowing.
He's great at blowing. 100%. Yeah. Okay, I didn't expect that take, but I mean,
is it a bad take though? Let's be real. Like
when you're done down there, you can come up here and help us out too. All right. Who have Gourd?
Hello.
What would you get rid of?
I'll take this back to media and not people. But
are they people though?
So my choice, there are pieces of media I would consider at least somewhat worse than this, but none of those bothered me as much as this one, in part because I spent about 16 hours with it because I had to watch every episode twice and because we covered it over on AJ's channel. My pick would be the live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I absolutely despise that series. And I'm a big fan of the animated version with, warts and all. I mean, it's by no means a perfect series, but it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of heart to it. The animation's really cool. The characters are a lot of fun. It's funny. This show has absolutely zero humor. The characters are all horribly adapted. The dialogue is utterly atrocious. I think the highest rating I gave to any episode, I think, was something like a 4. And that's because I thought the way they handled the Suki Sokka romance was okay, sort of. At least for that one episode. But yeah, every single thing else in that show was utterly appalling. I despise it. I'm annoyed that the show is getting a second season. I'm even more annoyed that the people that a lot of the normies who watch it actually think it's pretty good. And I'm like, you all are retarded. There's nothing good about this adaptation whatsoever. I don't know how you can reconcile the animated version and the live action version and think that it is a good adaptation at all. It spits in the face of the animated version in every way possible. I absolutely hate that thing. So yeah, I would nuke Avatar: The Last Airbender from orbit. Screw that stupid show.
Gold. I've never watched it. Yeah, you clearly don't like it. Sounds like someone. There you go. Someone should do. Well, they did. You reviewed it, right? How many weeks? How many review episodes did you do with AJ? And did he like it?
No. We. It was me, AJ, and Jana. I woke so I work weekends, so generally I wake up at about 3 a.m. Or at least I'm supposed to. But for a long stretch of time, I was getting up way too early. I just could not fall back to sleep. And I saw that they were covering it the first week for the first episode. I don't remember if I jumped on for episode 1 or 2. They invited me on because they saw me in the chat and I was making comments here and there, and it became a weekly thing. I ended up covering every episode with them again, so I had to watch the whole thing again. I had already watched it once through, but we did have a lot of fun covering it, and we're probably going to cover the second season whenever that comes out. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the future, but I did agree to do it. It's like, yeah, sure, I guess I'll do it. Have something else to hate on a year or two from now, but I am not looking forward to that at all. So that's part of the reason I want it nuked, so I would never have to talk about it again.
I think that's key. Yeah, having to deal with it is
yeah
a big part of it, right? If you can just ignore it, doesn't affect you, it doesn't kill something that you love or waste your time.
My second choice would have been Nadia because of her terrible take on Amadeus, which is my favorite movie. But
what the hell? That movie's great.
I can actually I can admit something's not for me. I can say this is just not my vibe. It's not for me. I fell asleep twice trying to watch this movie, so I can admit, unlike some people on the panel.
That Nosferatu, I'm actually not stressing over a college football parlay today, but that's predominantly because of Leon's thing.
By the way, 2025 is already objectively better than 2024 because in February, Amadeus's theatrical cut is finally getting released in 4K, which I have been waiting for an HD release of that cut for over a decade. It's been my favorite movie since I was 17. I love that movie.
And I'm happy for you, Gourd. I will not be buying it, but I am happy for you. One of my ultimate favorite movies coming back to theaters, so I'm going to be seeing that finally in theaters. So,
what would that be?
Gone with the Wind.
Oh, I saw that when they had a theatrical re-release of it in IMAX, and that movie is sort of annoying, but it looked really cool.
Gooch is called culture, which apparently you lack of. So,
I wasn't born in a desert.
No,
just a cultural
desert.
In the trend, he's born in the frozen tundra, the real, not the Green Bay kind, the real kind.
Frozen tundra, yeah.
It's the thing is, when you guys want to come up here and you're gonna kind of take over the country or whatever, like most people when they think about that, it sounds like a good idea, but you only want the first little bit of Canada because everything north of that is it's like a nuclear wasteland. People want to terraform Mars, but they don't want to.
Terraform the Northwestern Territories.
They won't live in northern Manitoba or Saskatchewan. So, and that's much closer, but it's like, no, that's beyond. We can't fix that. We'll go to
There's
Mars.
quite a bit of Earth we could stand to terraform.
Where do you think we're sending the undesirables?
They won't make it very far. There's no roads. They'll get backed up, right? Yeah.
Get rid of the undesirables by sending them closer to the sun.
You would not believe how many people die trying to get into the States from Canada because they freeze to death.
Yeah,
they're unprepared for this at all. Oh, yeah.
I know. One of our other White Cloaks friends, like he lives in Winnipeg, and he's like, "There's no homeless people in Canada or fleas," which is.
Well, there is homeless people, but
he was saying where he lives. I think that's what I can't talk.
What would Lady B? What would you get rid of? What would you wipe off the map before we wrap this?
Can I do like Wheel of Prime? Like just
it's not a 2024.
That's good.
Didn't season 2 came out last year?
2023.
It was. Wait, I was like watching this. What was last year?
Fuck you, Gooch.
I don't know. What is that?
Because of mine. So look at mine.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just like, there's so many bad things. Like, I don't know.
How do you know what my fetish is, Gooch?
Oh, Leon, race trader. Okay.
I honestly
I
don't
missed
know.
Wait, how am I a race trader?
I don't know. Vex,
I think I said like what's it called? Like I think I'm going with Rebel Moon. That was just so bad. Just stop.
Vexy, do you hate something? Is it Gooch? Or is it like something you've watched that you hated last year?
Does it have to be something I watched?
No.
It could be something you did.
I would like to delete women for the foreseeable future.
Hell yeah.
We're all on that one.
Okay.
Please.
Can we keep a select few of you?
No.
No.
So then
we're
all the men would be
insufferable.
homos, though, and
Yeah,
that's
I'm
why they
worried about the
already
implications
are.
of,
Hold
my
on.
jokes becoming reality.
I have a solution for this. Okay, everyone's watched season 1 of Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah.
Remember when Morty finds that sex robot from that alien
Yeah, it's
planet?
really cool.
There you
No.
go. So we just get replaced by sex robots. There you go.
This
fair
solution seems
trade.
rather
Percentage
final.
of women, like get rid of a percentage. Some are fine. Very
Repeat
few, but
Like I'm a female, but I don't consider myself to be in the women category. Like I'm just not like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
does that also
Just
get rid of those
fascinating.
homos that say they identify as female too?
Yes, please
Yep.
stop it. Like, you know what the worst part? I've been dealing with some things and going around and looking at like medical stuff, and you're like, I'm looking at female only things, and you're just like, people who identify as female or assigned female at birth. It's like, shut the fuck up. It was like that great clip from like that movie.
Oh my god. Lady
With
B.
what's my
So I have a girlfriend who suffered like 7 years of infertility, finally had a kid, right? Had an IUI, finally had a kid, sends me her birthing story, calls herself a birthing person.
Oh,
and I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ.
what the fuck is wrong with you? Yes,
That
so
kid's
women are
doomed.
insufferable. Women are insufferable. Repeal the 19.
generally, yes.
Yeah, it's like that Padre Pio movie with like that weird actor guy in it. And he's like, shut the fuck up and say Christ is Lord. It's funny. It's a great clip. That's how I feel.
This is not a joke. This is the new Blade Runner series. I just found out about this. The Blade Runner TV series for Amazon starring.
Fuck that, dude.
No, wait. Time out. It gets worse.
The retardation knows no bounds.
Michelle Yeoh and Hunter Schafer as the two co-leads.
That killed Hunter Schafer. When I saw that, I was like, I'm not watching. That's it. And I'm a huge fan of Blade Runner. It's like my second favorite movie.
Me too.
I'm not watching
It hurts so much. That's why we have a visceral reaction to these things, because we do love them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What's cracking
hot
me
take-
up is you could delete the Blade Runner 2029 text here and just basically put anything in. This is so generic. This could be The Matrix 5 for the same background.
I have a question. Is this an official promo image, or did you put this together?
That's what I found in terms of promo images. And this was the creator. And this was, I think Badger told me about this yesterday, actually. And welcome, Badger, in the chat. Thank you so much, dude. This is the person who produced, the creator of this produced Halo, the TV series.
Oh.
Ew.
And Shining Girls, which I obviously would not watch because it's got a 3 or a 4.
There's no Halo TV series. What are you talking about, Zax?
Thank you. Thank you.
Never happened.
Nuked it from orbit. Done.
No,
Gone.
it doesn't exist. I know there's a show called Halo, but it's not a Halo show.
So this is the creator. This is what she's done. I don't know what Strange Angel is. No idea.
Blade Runner's overrated.
I mean, it is now.
The OG?
Yes, overrated.
Push her out the window.
Yes.
Straight out the window.
No.
What I think is so funny is
Well, here,
we
can I say
just
one
went
thing?
through talking about a movie in Nosferatu that is so very like women are all about it.
Yeah.
And then but like Blade Runner is Nosferatu for dudes.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're 100% onto something.
The funny thing
Wait,
is,
I do love
so
like the original Blade Runner movie. Okay, Blade Runner 2049 is trash.
Quiet. The adults are talking. The men are talking.
I am not baiting in the chat, by the way. I saw it for the first time this year.
Well,
It is
that's
overrated.
I wanted to address. Okay, so first time I watched Blade Runner, I did not like it. I didn't like Blade Runner until I rewatched it years later. I watched it right before 2049 came out. I don't know what cut you watched. I watched the final cut, but
Seen so many different cuts. I get confused.
The rewatch of it helped quite a bit. So maybe revisit and see if maybe your opinion changes, because it's one of those movies I know a lot of people who didn't like until they saw it at least twice.
I will be willing to give it a try because I still have to watch the sequel, so I will watch it again. But I got a special like Blu-ray version of it where it had both movies, and I watched it, and I was like, I can understand aesthetically why people suck the dick of this movie so hard, but it just like did not. It was boring. I'm sorry.
It's a very
boring to me.
simple. It's basically It's a noir
Okay.
film done in the future.
We don't have time to
Wow.
get into
Yeah.
Blade Runner
Wow.
at this point.
We'll be here.
Would you
a
like
while.
it more or less
Yes.
than Alien Romulus?
Thank you, Westbeck. I agree with that.
I liked Alien Romulus.
Don't answer this question. Don't
like
answer the
it
question.
less.
Fuck off.
I liked Alien Romulus.
We gotta.
I'm sorry. It was not. I like everybody hyped it to be this masterpiece, and I just.
I feel like
It
it's
is.
completely overhyped. I mean, it's a cool movie, and there's a lot of really interesting things from like storytelling, filmmaking, whatever. Like, shout out to noir, whatever. Like, but I feel like it's like
I'm
there's
willing-
I love Blade Runner.
I'm willing to give it
The
another
original Blade
try.
Runner is a masterpiece, but
I'm willing to give it another try and see. Maybe I'll do a watch along or something. I'll give it another try. But my first initial watch through, I was like, this movie's overhyped.
I would say this: if you want to prep for it, I would watch a couple of noir films first, like Double Indemnity or Maltese Falcon, stuff like that. Kind of get a feel for noir films if you're not familiar with them. But
and
that can help.
Brush up on real cyberpunk as opposed to whatever they're trotting out as cyberpunk nowadays that is not fucking cyberpunk.
Okay. I'm willing to learn.
I got a couple
Strong
things here.
feelings there, Leon. Also, Nadia, I'm turning off your playlist for that.
Every time.
Thank you, Badger. Appreciate you. I'm gonna play a couple of clips here. I got this one. This is one I haven't played tonight. It's a favorite of mine.
Your favorite dish?
My favorite dish. I like mugs because they're very comfortable in your hand and they hold the hot things that you don't have to touch.
Oh my god, that's literally a real life creation of that scene from Miss Congeniality. Holy shit.
I'm starting to understand Vex's women answer.
So Princess
Someone
has
else
anyone
got it
seen
too, babe.
Thumb Wars? My avatar is from Thumb Wars. It's
I
been
love
plaguing me, and I've had to say it because I have some version of Tourette's. But Princess Bunhead reminds me of Vex's avatar. So now every time I see Princess Bunhead, I
Guys,
just
yeah.
see Vex.
Is it because your thumb is brown?
Maybe.
Well, and the expression is scrunched up near where the nose should be. Now, granted, you can see Vex's nose, but
All
There you
out of
go.
love. It's just I see things and I have to say them, kind of like what I did with Blair to Blair. I am so sorry.
Who doesn't love mugs?
One's the portrait and one's the landscape. You know, like a printer.
What you want to
What?
do is go
That
over.
was funny.
I mean, it's
Kada in the chat. Rude.
oh my gosh.
No, it's not necessarily a bad smell. I like the
Hold
smell
on,
of
hold
curry.
on. He's
It's really
only
good.
saying that because he wants my feet pics. I'll give him to you, Kada. It's all right.
Yeah,
not
that's
for
fair.
free though. Don't give them for free.
Oh no, Kada
They're
lost
already
his
on
job.
Twitter for free.
Kada lost his job. Yeah, no, give the boy a handout or a foot out.
Kato lost his job.
Foot up.
A few months ago. Yeah, that's why you two be being good to him. Make sure
Okay.
everybody super chats Kada. He's broke. Like he's really living that black stereotype right now. He's not taking care of his kids. Nothing. Like it's rough.
No, Kada is a good dude though. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
not. He's not
He's a
that
good
kind
dude,
of
a good
black
dad. I love you, Kada. You're my homie. But just be less black.
Boosh, I've seen The Godfather.
Lord.
I've seen all three of The Godfathers. I think Godfather is one of the most brilliant put together movies I've ever seen. I loved it. I also just recently saw Casino and Goodfellas, which I like Goodfellas
Oh,
a little bit better than Casino.
You're so lucky. I just called off
Yeah.
the sniper. Holy shit. Holy
Goodfellas is better than Casino, but both are pretty great.
Yeah,
That's close.
Casino was just too long, I feel. But again, I understand it's a Scorsese film. It like halfway through, I'm like, holy shit, this movie is still going. Loved it. It's just I think I like
Yeah.
Goodfellas pacing and storyline better. But yeah,
I was
Godfather
just
3
about
is
to
not
say
my
this.
favorite.
Yeah,
Nope,
that she loves
no.
it, and
No,
she
I like
hates
the
aliens.
original.
She thinks
I like the
aliens is
original.
garbage and
I
complete
know!
and utter trash.
Ugh.
She says it's too
never
feminist
gonna-
for her, which is kind of
Oh my
based.
god.
But like the rest of it, I don't understand. She says it is the worst of the alien movies. I'm paraphrasing what she said, but that's the spirit of what she was saying. You guys,
all lies and slander. I will be submitting papers to sue.
she hates aliens. You can't sue me. I'm in Canada. We don't
Alien
have
is
anything
better.
to take.
Alien is way better.
I love Alien.
Not way
I
better.
I appreciate Aliens. It's a great movie. It's a great action movie. I like Romulus just a tad bit more, guys.
I prefer the alien with the S at the end. I think Aliens is better.
Jonesy for life.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still calming down from when Nadia said she saw The Godfather. My vision went red. I was getting ready to storm off this set.
Dude, I had to call my uncles and tell them not to pull the trigger. I literally said, Vito, don't pull the trigger. She said she liked it.
Abort!
I loved it. No. Correct. The Godfather, like the first one. The second and third are debatable, but the second one, or the first one, is one of the.
The second
one's good, but I love
better.
the first one so much. I think it may be more nostalgia at the age I saw it and stuff. It's one of my top 10 favorite films of like all time.
Godfather is. I do prefer the first Godfather to the second one, but both the first and the second one are like 1,000 miles over.
We don't talk about the third one. We don't talk about the third one.
What's up, Soul Assassin?
My mom says.
So Sofia Coppola, you want to talk about a nepo baby terrible performance? Sofia Coppola in Godfather 3. Holy crap!
Oh my god, which is like I
They're
love
looking
him.
in fucking Rose Death.
What did she say about her cousin? It's like I love him because he's like first or something like that. Oh, so gross.
Question for Nadia.
Hold on, Space. I think I've seen Space Odyssey, but very young. Yeah,
That
I've seen.
movie is really
Odyssey,
boring.
but
Space
very,
Odyssey
very
is beautifully crafted.
might like
but
it.
It
It
is
is.
really dull.
It is.
But I've not
It's-
seen the other one.
I do think it's an overrated movie because I think Kubrick was being very self-indulgent with that movie. I still would call it a great film, but it's more like an 8. It's not a 10.
I have never seen any of the Mad Max films.
What the fuck, Nadia?
No. Here's the video, girly. I'm gonna
Mission
say it now
is a
before
go.
anyone
We're
can
back
put it up.
on.
Thunderdome
Pull the
Supremacy.
trigger. Pull the
Don't
fucking trigger. Pull it
Can
now.
I wait? Calm
Good night,
the
Nos.
fuck down, everybody.
Right now,
Thunderdome Supremacy. Don't listen to anyone else.
Wait. I've seen Fury Road. I've seen the
Not
reboot
helping.
or whatever.
You just yelled at
I've
me.
not
No,
seen the
you just
original
yelled at me for not watching all the other prior films, and
Oh
now
my
you're saying you
God.
watched Fury Road.
Fury Road was the first Mad Max
watched
movie I saw,
Furiosa.
but then I watched all
I
the
did
other
not
ones
see
right after.
Furiosa. I did not see Furiosa.
May I?
Well done.
May I?
Yeah.
Nadia. Okay.
Yes.
Fury Road
dear.
is my favorite Mad Max movie of the franchise, but Mad Max 2 is objectively the best actual Mad Max film. Watch it, you won't be disappointed. That's all I'm gonna say.
I am going to
Thunderdome,
go
yeah.
down I have goals for 2025. I'm going to watch all of the James Bond movies because I've not seen any of them except for Skyfall. I am going to watch X-Files for the first time, and I'm going to do Lethal Weapon as well, and I'll add Mad Max movies to it as well. So like I do
agree,
have
kiddo.
media goals. So
Moxie's gonna lose it.
I felt like I was the retard in the group, like not watching any of the niche films, like on one of the few streams that we've been on. But the classics.
Yep.
We
Zach,
all
Matt,
have
you should-
blind
you should
spots.
clip that.
When you say Mad Max,
Oh, yeah.
Vex, are you talking like
Nadia,
Road Warrior?
admit you're 20 years old. That will make
I'm
everything
not.
a little
I
bit better.
fucking wish.
God damn it. Play along.
I wish. Listen. My dad was very much so. Just to explain, my mom was very much into horror movies, so I watched a lot of horror movies when I was younger. But my dad was very particular on what I was allowed to watch. So a lot of the things I watched with my dad, who is an immigrant, was like Indiana Jones.
Don't add that.
The Star Wars.
So
movies,
blame the immigrants.
a lot of Jackie Chan movies.
Okay.
So like that's what I grew up with. I did not grow up with these movies. So
you saw
Sorry.
shit like Meals on Wheels and Rumble in the Bronx and shit like that.
No,
That's better
she
than
didn't. No.
anything Jackie Chan's better.
No,
than
she
Mad
didn't.
Max.
No, she hasn't seen those
She
either.
says she watched Jackie Chan movies.
Probably.
She's
It's been a long
lying. She
time.
doesn't know.
I don't know.
She's throwing out things now. She is a construct. I think Nadia is a construct. She's a brown woman who's from the Middle East, but she's all American and she's now Catholic and she's never seen any of this shit, but yet she shows up here looking cute and has opinions, but she has no, like, she is not, I don't think I've met her. She's not a real person. I think she's been built by the government
I'm
to
a
infiltrate
Terminator.
us.
I'm a Terminator.
Yes.
Is he like the birds, Zax? Would you say that Nadia's like the birds? They're there, but they're not real.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm.
dude. Vex knows birds are fake. Oh my god.
Nadia is white, exactly, Nick. So he knows. And also, we have people in the chat here from Australia who are there right now, like the big ship. He hates you now, like he can never love you again. And you're Barmy deport Nadia. I mean,
I'm gonna watch these movies.
I'm
guys.
gonna take I want your citizenship. You get the fuck out of there, and you come up here, and I'll go down there, and we'll get along just fine.
I don't do well with the.
Give it to Vex. Give it to Vex.
Yeah, Vex.
Well.
Let's.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I will virtue signal by giving it to Vex.
This just sounds like jealousy.
In time.
This just sounds like jealousy because I get to experience these things for the first time now.
Do you?
Like I remember, like Vex, or Nadia telling us, like she hadn't seen Aliens, and I thought, well, everyone's got blind spots, weird as it is. It's how many she has that blows me away.
Oh, dude, she should be on disability. That's how blind she is.
She doesn't have blind spots. She has vision spots.
Oh, there's a war movie that I want to watch. I can't even think of what it.
Because it's not real. She's
That
trying
doesn't narrow it down at all.
Platoon?
Well, no, it does. It does. It does. Just think of the most popular war movies, and it's probably one of those.
Saving Private Ryan?
No, Platoon. I think it's.
I can't blame you too much for that because I only saw Platoon somewhat recently.
Moxie,
it's
are you
not-
trying
it's
to
not
ban an
about Little
Oscar
Platoon, just so
award
you're
out of a mediocre horror movie?
Pardon?
I'm sorry this is happening to you, Aldan. I'm sorry she's doing this to your people. I'm sorry. As a Canadian, I apologize for Nadia.
I was asking if you're trying to milk an Oscar award out of a mediocre horror movie.
What are you talking about?
Mediocre.
With the black and white filter?
No, I was saying she blew my mind. She sent me back in time. Like I'm flabbergasted.
Yep.
I can't.
Moxie, even if you lived when it was black and white times, we'll say, you would have still, like, she still hasn't seen more movies than you because, like, she has not seen anything important.
I'm so blown away.
First of all, I've made
can't talk on
accomplishments
any
on my
streams.
list. Okay,
I can't talk about anything on streams because I'm irrelevant. But the classics.
What's that war movie called? Platoon.
Platoon. Yeah, I made some strides this year, man.
It's not that war movie.
In fairness, you have made strides this year. I will grant you that.
Okay, so.
But from what? From zero? Nadia,
Yeah.
I love you, but you're.
Of the angel.
That's twice today, Moxie.
All right, hold on.
I know it was requested in chat.
I'm looking at my list right now. I saw Aliens. I saw Predator 2. I saw both Terminator 1 and 2. Did I see RoboCop?
learning.
Yeah, I saw RoboCop. Haven't seen Judge Dredd yet.
Have you seen
Scarface
the
yet.
She's a Terminator herself. She has to learn because she's brand new to the
Haven't-
freaking world.
Haven't seen Top Gun yet. I saw
Oh my
Blade
God.
Runner. I've got to see the Rocky series, James Bond. Full Metal.
I still
I'm
haven't
gonna
seen all
stroke
the
out.
Rockies.
Which James Bond? Which one?
I need to see all of them.
Oh
I've
my
only
You've
God.
only seen Daniel Craig.
She's
That's
only
just
seen
bad.
the third Daniel Craig.
Yes, yeah.
But didn't watch
I saw-
anything
watch
prior
every
to that.
I saw Total Recall. I saw The Running Man. I saw yeah, that's about it.
Rossi, there's no chance she's seen A Bronx Tale, but let's ask her.
Year.
For $2, Nadia, have you seen A Bronx Tale?
I have no idea what that is.
Of course not. Yeah.
True Romance.
Coyote Ugly.
So. Yes.
Pelican Brief. The Fugitive.
Oh, I've seen The Fugitive. I love The Fugitive.
Nice.
Yeah,
U.S.
Harrison
Marshals.
Ford.
Fugitive.
Also
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Marshals.
I've seen The
Okay.
Jackal, which is another great spy movie from the. I was talking about that earlier this
The
week.
remake?
No, not the. Yeah, I guess the
everybody
remake
in the
movie.
chat just spam movies to yell at Nadia.
Casino,
We'll
Goodfellas,
just
I've
read
seen.
them off.
Vex has her hand up.
The good, the bad.
Not as good.
I'm going to ask this because this is Vex, one of Vex's favorite movies. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yes, saw it this year.
Yeah. Okay.
What about the other two in the Dollars trilogy?
Have
I
not.
like them all.
Oh my gosh.
They're good.
Have you seen
went down
Dirty Harry? Have you seen the Dirty Harry movies?
Fuck yeah.
No, I have not.
Ooh, those are good.
Okay. I'm just in defense of Nadia. I feel like we're picking on the retarded kid in the class right now. Okay. Let's back off a little bit, guys. We've known this about Nadia since we met her. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you got to work
I
through that
will
whole
thank you.
1001 movies to see before you die. It's actually
Bro,
pretty cool.
Kata just said the blackest shit he could have fucking said in the chat. He
I've
says she's
seen
probably
Friday.
never
I've seen Friday 2, and I've seen Friday 3. Kata,
Porky's is
You know
cute.
what? She
Hey,
just
they
watched
filmed
the
Friday
scary-
too in my town.
She just watched the scary movies this year. I know that for a fact. So
Have you seen Earth Girls Are Easy?
No. Oh wait. Yes, I have. Yes.
What
I have.
actor is this, Nadia?
Would that even be
What actor is
required
this?
viewing though?
What actor is this?
Is that Gary Oldman?
Fuck. Okay. Hey, you win this round.
And it's an amazing performance.
True Romance, Drexel.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love True Romance.
You're lucky.
Ooh, Life Force. Good one.
You mean the thing that this conversation has sucked out of me? I'm sorry. I
You're a
couldn't resist.
granny. You had no life force, anyways.
There's one I'd like to recommend
I thought we were
because
friends.
you're doing the sci-fi
I love
thing.
you,
Nadia.
Leon. It's a joke. It's a joke. I swear.
Enemy Mine. Try that one. You might like that one.
Enemy of Mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mars
I have not
Attacks.
seen Mars Attack. However, just in my defense, I'm terrified of aliens. I'm terrified of the
You're not
creature
gonna like
design of
that. You're not gonna like
So,
that.
Fire in the Sky.
I
It
don't
traumatized
like-
me as a child.
I don't do sci-fi very well, so I'm creeping into it. So I don't
Wait.
like Little Green Men.
Eye in the Sky traumatize you? What do you mean?
No, Fire in the Sky.
Oh, Fire in the Sky. I was like, Eye in the Sky traumatize you?
I have not
That's
seen
Fire
Animal
in the
House,
Sky.
but I have seen Porky's. I have
I-
seen Tombstone first time this year, Rossi.
Tombstone is a
seen-
really entertaining but
To
ridiculously
be fair,
overrated
Ross
movie.
is talking about a different movie, Tombstone. I don't know what that is.
Shaun of the Dead, good one there.
Seen
Ah,
it.
Shaun of the Dead's awesome.
Sixth Sense, seen it. You guys
Have
got to
you
think
seen-
like early.
You gotta
80s
get it, yeah.
movies.
Well, and you can't in horror movies. She's probably seen it.
Yeah.
They live.
I've seen Caddyshack. Dark
What
City,
about-
yeah, love it.
What about
Good Morning Vietnam.
Not seen it, no.
Oh,
What
you
about
should.
the-
Good Morning Vietnam is good. I'm not a Robin Williams fan, and that's good.
Yeah.
Network.
Dead Poets Society.
Network is cool.
Dead Poet Society, I've seen. Terminator,
Wow.
I have seen this for the first time this year.
Stripes.
You just saw Terminator?
Stripes is great.
Stripes, I think I've seen, but I think I fell asleep.
The
It's a
Truman
long
Show. The Truman Show.
I've seen The Truman Show. I've seen The Fifth Element.
We were going to wrap this show up a long time
Pokemon
ago.
the movie
Yeah.
2000.
But now
Yeah, but then other things happened.
we have to crucify Nadia now. It's
The Goonies, I've seen. It's one of my favorite as a kid.
Okay.
Yep, seen it.
Caddyshack.
Seen
Depending
it.
on how long I'm going, I'm probably gonna have to bounce because I still have to make a video tonight. And
I have to work in the morning. Yeah.
Full frontal cartel. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
I have a date
Happy
tomorrow.
New Year.
I have a date that I have to get ready for tomorrow.
At the same
Ooh,
date.
my.
Yeah.
Are we watching the next one?
The next one?
The next movie. No.
Pitch
We have a
Perfect
grift
2.
coming up.
Yes.
Perfect. Too.
Oh. Well, we're going to go touch buns tomorrow
Aw. Take pictures.
at Leopold's Tavern. If anyone wants to join us, come hang out with us. Touch.
Always
I
Leopold,
won't touch
never
your
Kate.
bun. To be honest, I won't touch your
Oh.
buns. Only Gooch's. But you can sit close by.
Can
right?
I film it for distribution purposes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Maybe
will
we'll
buy
ask for
it
some money
for
on that.
so much.
2 men, 4 buns.
The Happening. Oh my God, what a horrible movie.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
What? No.
stuff. Yeah.
Moxie, you have a busy week. What's going on with you?
So nothing tomorrow, which is Thursday in avocado time. Friday, Nerd Wars, and then probably in the Badger's Den at like 9 p.m. Pacific time. And then Saturday is my grift stream, my once a month grift stream. And added grift to it if the donos are upwards of 500, and if Gooch's Late Night with the Gooch and Gang on Sunday also hits 500, we will be streaming Pitch Perfect 2. And you are on my show finally on Monday.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Unless you cancel again, which is totally fine.
Shut up. Oh, in case I have another friend die.
Oh my God.
I hope
What
you don't.
What about it? If you have another friend,
Ew.
Wow.
You know, excuses, but no. Barring
No.
that,
That's a great reason
Monday.
to not have a show. Yep. Even just not feeling like it would be fine. Like that's also okay.
Who does that?
Moxie, I just want to add your background is fantastic. Watching your dog jump up on the couch, but like struggle to get up on the couch.
Struggles so much.
There's a hero's journey going on there all its own.
More than we ever saw in
Always.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, she's sleeping. We got one there. We got oh, there's a black one there. You just can't see her.
No, the one failed earlier and fell, and then had to bounce back up, and it was
cute.
It's
Why
the
can't you see the
struggle.
black one? What's wrong with the black
She
one?
needs to smile.
Oh.
That's racist.
No, that's true. Yeah, privilege Haley movie. Okay, what's up, Gourd King? What's up with you next? What channel should they follow you on?
Follow me on the main channel at the Gourd King. I'm finishing up a video I did. We covered Twilight on MMM, and I absolutely was cracking up at it. And I got an itch to do a breakdown of it, so that's coming out very soon. I was editing that today, so hoping to have that up by Friday. And let's see, Tuesday I'll be starting my own live show, Gourd Tier Tuesdays. That'll be at 1:00 p.m. Eastern, and I think I'll be on Pops' channel Thursday morning. Yeah, that's what I got coming up.
That's a dog.
Oh my gosh!
I like the little beard.
What's going? Is that a pug?
Yes, I have 3 pugs.
You're a
2
pug
are
mama.
seniors, and one is a demon.
Last time we touched buns, we did get yelled at by a tranny. It's very true.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah.
Over
I'll follow
under
up
on
and
it.
do again.
Over under will it happen again?
I think it's about 60%. I think we can attract certain kinds of people sometimes, you know, whether we mean to or not. The universe is crying out for you, right?
It's just the high tea. They can sense it, and then they get jealous.
Calls to their blood.
No comment.
She's a girl though, so I don't know if the rules apply. I'm not familiar.
Wow, you told a black dog to smile more, and she's female.
Wow.
Let me guess, you play with her hair too.
That's amazing. Speaking of amazing, if you want Nadia to see more movies, how about you go watch her playlist that's the pinned comment, and that'll help her get to her hours so she can get monetized and then watch more movies. That's the plan. That's how we do this, peoples. Nadia,
What's up?
what are you doing this week? You're going to be doing 4 streams a week, you said?
Starting next week, but tomorrow I debut my new show, Not So Scary with Nadia, where I talk about not horror stuff, so more pop culture, what's in the news and stuff, just hang out. And then starting next week, not only will I have Horror Tuesday, Not So Scary with Nadia, but Friday starts the Stranger Things recap stream, and then Saturday mornings I'll be recapping 2 episodes a week of X-Files season 1 because it will be my first time watching it. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you watching it with?
By myself for now.
Okay, nice.
Good for you, Nadia.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's well deserved. It's well deserved. We love you, Nadia. So please go and watch her playlist, peoples. And if you haven't subbed, I mean, you should have already. Holy Moxie, what are you doing here? What was that? What was that avatar going on? Is that you?
Oh.
No, let's go back with this. This is fine. We'll leave it there. Oh.
New
Pinup Couture.
New Jamalar just dropped.
What?
Details.
Dish.
I do want to hear details.
God bless you, OG.
I don't want to hear details about how he got lost in the dark, man. That's not a fun story.
Did you skin it?
Good night, Boosh.
Oh, Vex, I would love to have you on with Mr. Goldberg, Willie Will of the Sell You Light podcast. It would be something to see. Sell as an SELLU light podcast.
Hold on, who is? Why? Hold on, who is he?
He's been on my streams eons ago, and he was talking about the big bitches that he pulled, and there was like literal pulley systems that he created to accommodate.
What?
Oh my.
He has stories.
That's
It's
disgusting.
I know, but it's entertaining, so it would be fabulous.
Was there echoes?
Oh, I got that.
She got that one.
I'm out of loop on that one.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't need to know. There's some things I can. Just
Hello,
let go.
hello. I'm gonna pleasure you now.
Yeah.
It's like that scene from The Boys, but without superpowers.
Oh no!
Not that scene.
Tell us what you got going on. Fuck, White Cloaks.
Hey, he made a video. I was
make a
proud.
video.
The two like slacker guys got together and they're like, "We're gonna film something."
watched
and
it.
Did it.
Thank you, Zax. You commented. I appreciate it. I think I gave you a thumbs up to your comment.
I enjoyed your thumbs up very much.
Absolutely, man.
Was there an echo?
It's not
You're
gay if
hoping.
you're wearing socks, okay?
Yep. We got Polly in the house asking for
Yep.
black women. Nadia is black adjacent. And I would say Vex, I mean, that's a coin flip if you want to try that. I don't know.
Don't you dare fucking associate me with black people. Holy shit. Zach.
Okay.
And first of all, I'm a sand person, not even fucking close. Vex is actually closer than I am. So
I've heard the term
I noticed
Nadia.
you used
Have
the
you heard
word
this one?
Person.
Have you heard Dune Coon?
yes, I've been called that before. I've also been called
Dune Coon?
I've
Yes.
never heard it, but I will now use it.
Add
all the
it
time.
to the
Yes.
list. Hang on.
That's a new one.
Real quick.
It was
I
nice.
don't even
It
use
was
It
it
was
now.
actually
Dune will
actually
stay with me
used
forever.
in Netflix's women wrestling show, The Glow.
Glow?
Or,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
There's boobs
Yeah,
in that show.
Allison
Yeah.
Brie dumps him out in that one, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yep.
they called the Indian girl because they were making her into a Middle Eastern like villain. Called her a Dune
Terrorist?
Queen.
The
Yep.
terrorist character?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they did things that back in the day. That was real storytelling.
First season's great. Second season's awful, but yeah.
And that's actually my big thing I want to nuke for more, but is bad season twos. There's
Yes,
most
please.
season twos are fucking garbage. I don't know why that's happened, but I have not been pleased with a season two. Arcane, I'm never going to finish watching that fucking show now. It's dead to me.
I'm actually going to talk about it tomorrow because I was doing some research that Netflix is actually hiring writers to write dumb shit. So it dumbs it down for the TikTok brain. So it is one of the topics I'm going to be talking about tomorrow.
They take these shows that are decent. And then like even the people who can make good shows, like Taylor Sheridan, like his season twos are from not.
Taylor
also
Sheridan
this-
is getting to become kind of cliche of his own shit. Like it's all the
Yes.
same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
This
just
goes to my
increases.
I've never even seen any of his shows, and by every description of everybody that I interact with and seen his shows, they all sound the fucking same to me. He's like the AC/DC of modern television.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good way to put it, actually.
Zach, this goes to my theory that all good season ones we get are complete accidents.
It could be. Yeah. Or they just put everything in there because they don't expect or hope to get a season two, and they have nothing left. But when they come back and say, "Hey, make a season two," they're like, "Okay," and they just do more of season one.
Aodine, I miss the Venture Brothers. I love that cartoon.
Oh. Gooch,
Gooch, if you told me you starred in Venture Brothers, that you were one of the voice actors, I would 100% believe you.
Sandra TP. Go Team Venture.
Yes.
There can be good season twos. These are older too.
And Vex, to be
Ron
fair,
Williams.
while I agree with you on Supernatural, even Supernatural actually does have a weaker season 2 than season 1, and it picks up again in season 3. Which is
Silo-
ironic. because of the writer's strike.
Silo season 2 so far.
Hannibal season 2. That was a great.
Oh,
Squid
yes.
Games
I've only
season
seen
2 is not
season
that
1 of
bad.
Hannibal, but it's amazing.
I like Squid Game season 2.
Yeah, Squid Game season 2 is pretty good.
It can be done. It's just not being done.
X-Files continues to get better until that season 5 or 6. Almost all the way up till 7, actually.
Mm-hmm.
What's
See,
X-Files?
Latino Slant said it. Yeah, X-Files, right there.
There you go. Gooch, what's up with you? What are you? Where are you going to be tomorrow? You're going to be everywhere all day?
No, I'm nowhere.
Just me and you?
Yep. Me and you, and then Irwin's, and then I'm done until Badger Den and late night.
I'm gonna keep Gooch all to myself then tomorrow afternoon, so no one else gets them but me. So suck on that one, Leon. What's up with you?
Yeah. Well, actually, if you wouldn't mind sharing my screen, because there's one thing I'm doing tomorrow that I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
I found out today that I have a hater.
Nice.
Grifters want to ride the new Sonic movie success. He's got me on the thumbnail and everything. So I'm going to react to this and post it tomorrow and find out what about me is an anti-woke grifter, considering I've made it very apparent that since like 4 years old, I've had an unhealthy obsession with Sonic. So I can't wait to ride this sort of hate train and see what it'll do. Because this is from like a channel I've never heard of with over 100,000 subscribers. So let's see what
Oh my God, you got Xander Hall.
I've actually heard
of
this
this.
I've heard of this guy. He's a retard.
I've never heard of him. I have not seen this video yet. Literally, once we are done here, I'm going to immediately jump into recording, and I can't wait because someone in my comment section is like, "Yo, Leon, you know Xander Hall made a video about you." I thought, who the fuck is Xander Hall? So I YouTubed his name, and right here, prominently displayed.
Nice.
So tomorrow's going to be a good fucking day. Make sure to come to my channel, Words of Paradise, at 2:00 p.m. Central Standard Time to see what chicanery is afoot.
You know what's great about that thumbnail is you do not at all even look like a right winger in it. You look like
I know, right?
You're not a right winger.
Like,
I'm not a right winger. I'm an anarchist.
How is Lefty Leon getting shit on?
He looks like he looks like he should be 200 yards away from any school at any time.
I smell like patchouli.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or meth.
Oh, also, I'll be on Moxie's on Saturday. I just wanted to quickly,
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Damn right.
Then they'll react to you reacting. Yeah, probably, Paul. You're probably right. Which is good for. Really, it's good for Leon. I think. Bait this
I think it's going to be a blast. Again, I have no idea what to expect. I've never heard of this individual, so yeah, I'm very excited for tonight.
Yeah, Leon, right now, I am getting my phone, and I am telling my team that I cannot make our 2:00 meeting.
I didn't even realize I got unsubbed. Oh my God.
What? His link's in the chat, people. So go click on it.
Yeah.
Pretend that you're always subscribed to him because you should be. You do some fantastic long streams, and this is going to be a whole new world for you with these retard commies coming after you.
I would not be upset if this becomes a thing. So yeah, we'll see.
You want a team?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to get to shield that. I've been excited all day. I still haven't seen it. I've been sitting on this for like 8 hours or something. So I'm ready.
Oh, they crushed what?
Yes, there was a very bad Xander Hall video that EFAP shredded.
I want to go in blind, but I'll watch the EFAP stuff after. But I want to go in blind knowing
too,
nothing about this dude.
Cool. All right, I'm looking forward to that. So that's tomorrow. What time?
The video will drop at 2 p.m.
You should stream after that.
Well, so the reason I'm doing it for a video, if I'm being 100% honest, is my last 3 Sonic videos have done really well. 2 of them like the biggest videos I've ever done. So I figure if I'm riding that algorithm high, I may as well keep trying to do it. So otherwise, I would stream it. That being said, if it's cringe enough and you want to do it on Circle of Jerks, by all means, all yours.
Do it as a video, and then like how they do football games. There's the
double downstream,
the game, and then the post game. I definitely would show up for a post game.
All right, sounds good. If it's that bad, and I can milk it that much. We'll see. Because it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
My video was like 10, so he doubled my shit.
And you love Sonic. You won't shut up. You have never shut up about Sonic. This is not a new thing.
I'm a fucking 30-year-old male with stuffed animals in my fucking background about Sonic. I'm not a grifter, at least in that regard. I love it. I want it.
Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Ooh. We got
Nosferatu
Gooch
for a minute.
flashed.
You got Gooch flashed. We saw the Gooch. We saw the Gooch. All right, guys, let's wrap this up then. You know the song. Get ready on your feet. Pay respects to the trans people. They are our friends. Come catch these hands. Also,
hold up. I don't get a shout out my stuff.
Wow.
Wow.
No brown people allowed.
That's racist.
I'm sorry, Vex. Go on, please. Go on.
No, it's okay.
$55.
For inviting me on last minute.
I love you, Vex. Tell us what's happening with you when you're not dying.
Thank you for inviting me last minute and derailing your stream. I'm very sorry about that.
Well worth it.
Also, I do not hate anyone on this panel just because of your bad Nosferatu takes, okay? There's still love to go around.
He hates everyone for other reasons.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. But Vex Electronica, that's my channel. I put out a Nosferatu video on the original movie last week, and then I have my Sunday morning stream, 10 a.m. Eastern. I was sick last week, so this week we'll be doing my own version of the Oscars, but with better categories.
So I'm going to put the link in directly to the video for your Nosferatu video. People should go check it out.
Thanks,
you have
bro.
You have a thumbs down on that.
On that video?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I think someone thought I was an AI. That's why.
Really?
Yeah,
He actually gets that comment a lot, I've noticed.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I get that a lot now on my videos.
It's because you're good.
I don't know, man. Sure.
Yeah, take that. All right, everybody. I will be back Saturday night, 10 o'clock, Circle Jerks. Otherwise, I don't know. I pop up places sometimes where I can. And otherwise, thanks so much. Just turned into a different show, but it's always better for that, I find. I make bad plans anyway, so fuck it. We'll just show up and do whatever. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, the chat. Everyone was so generous tonight with the memberships and the super chats. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Thank you very much. On your feet. Let's go.
Respect to the trans community. And fuck you, trans fools.
Trans people are my friends. Trans folks gon' catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans people are my friends. Trans folks gon' catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans folks, show your fucking mouth. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. Trans folks, show your fucking mouth. I'll knock you out. You better watch out. Trans people are my friends. Trans folks gon' catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans people are my friends. Trans folks gon' catch these hands. Trans people are my friends. So respect them, but we're going in. Trans people are my friends. Everyone